Howdy. How's everybody out there in YouTube land tonight? We'll give this a few minutes here to get the word out, get the bells rung, get all that going. I think I might have a little echo going here, so we'll give this a kill that here and get the word out. Set up here the way we need it set up. Going. I think I might have a little echo going here. So it sounds like Ben has got his audio on the show.
Yeah.
The way we need it set up. Going. I think I might have a little echo going here. So it sounds like Ben has got his audio on the show. The way we need it set up. Oh well, this kind of plays it. Sounds like Ben has got his audio on the show.
It's not as easy as it looks.
Yes, it's not as easy as it looks because Ben has left his audio on his YouTube and we're live.
And I left my sunglasses. Hold on.
Yes, it's Dave's running around saying this is not supposed to happen. We're supposed to be looking like we're professionals.
I left my sunglasses.
Yes, Dave's running around saying this is not supposed to happen. Oh my, looking like we're professionals. An example of how not to run a live stream on your show.
You can mute Ben and he can unmute himself. You can mute him.
There we go.
Yes, and then he can unmute himself.
Okay, we got one that's late. We got one running around like a chicken with his head cut off. We got another one that's on here, but he's missing in action.
All right, so let's tweet out the stream here. Well, what happened was it's really hard to hamster on babysitting. Humphrey, the wheel that's in there, it was getting in the way of me grabbing him. So it was hard.
So Green Bay Wacky has a rough time babysitting a hamster. He's going to have a really rough time with grandchildren.
Oh, my goodness. Hold on. I'm tweeting this out right next. It's right next to Casey Neistat.
Okay. Giving this a little bit, let everybody get wandered in here. I'm going to start shouting people out that's coming to the room. Got Bobby Sprinkle out there. We got Russ with Simply Wooden Creations out there. We got
Hello, Russ.
We got Awesome Wood Things. That's Matt. And Exploring with CF is in the house. Donna Griggs is in the house. Branscombe Farm is in the house. Groovy Blue 18 is in the house. Lulu Love You is in the house. And on the panel, we got Lulu Love You. We got Green Bay Wacky. And we got Cab 7. And we will soon have Fireman CV. He was a little detained, but he will be with us shortly. And what we're going to be talking about here tonight is...
She's lying. Fireman's not coming. She just made it up for views.
We're going to be talking about live stream etiquette and YouTube etiquette and how to do this thing. Not that we are experts by any stretch of the imagination. I think we've already proved that here tonight. But we've been at this for a little while, so we know some of the kind of ins and outs of this whole thing. And I've heard a lot of people say, well, I'm afraid to do videos or I'm afraid to do live streaming because I don't know how to do it. And I don't know if I have the right equipment and stuff in order to be able to do it. And I don't know what people will think if I get out there, and I don't know what to do a show on and that sort of thing. So that's some of the things that we kind of wanted to cover here. And we want to talk about moderators a little bit, how to become a moderator, what to do if you're a moderator, how to pick your moderators, how to host a show, and those sort of things. Just kind of, cover all the bases with this. We may not get it all covered tonight, but, we'll cover some of it. And if everybody is really interested in the topics, then we may just do a weekly deal with this. We'll just play it by ear and see what y'all think. We got Mystic Angel Christina in the house. Julian B is in the house. Green Bay Wacky, of course, is in the house. So, there we go to kind of get this whole thing rolling. I thought that probably the best way
it's her show. I'm just following her lead.
The best way to start this would be to talk about, you just got into YouTube. You've made some friends, maybe going to some live stream chats and things, and maybe some people say, oh, I think maybe you should do a video, or you're just basically thinking about wanting to do a video, and you don't know where to start. You're going to need some kind of a camera whether it's your cell phone camera, whether you're using a tablet, whether you're using a laptop, whether you got a desktop and you're going to put a camera with it, you're going to need some kind of a camera and you're going to need some kind of a microphone in order to be able to do videos. If you just want to do ones where you're talking to the camera like what I'm doing here tonight, then you can do that with like a laptop or a cell phone or a tablet type device. But if you want one that you're going to put on a tripod and aim at the desk or aim at whatever it is that you're wanting to work on, then you're going to need a separate camera that hooks up to whatever device it is that you have. I'm not your expert on that. That might be something more for firemen or for Green Bay Wacky to talk to you about as far as cameras and things are concerned. If you need that kind of information, you need to let us know so that we'll be able to cover that in a little more detail.
$5. $5 at Walmart. $5.
Yeah, little tripod deal.
$5. $5.
Is that the kind that you put a phone on, or is that for just a camera, or what is that?
Hold on. $5 buckaroonies. And as a matter of fact, I got it on sale for $3.97.
Yeah, you don't have to put a lot of money into.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, so that holds your cell phone. And they have different ones for putting cameras and things like that on too, on holding tablets. And
that's right.
Yeah. So then you're going to need to know, okay, am I going to do videos or am I going to do live streams? Because there's a difference. And if you're going to do videos, is it videos that you're going to have to edit? Because if you're going to need to edit them, then you're going to need editing software and you're going to have to learn how to operate the editing software. If you're going to do live streams, then you need to know, okay, what am I going to be talking about? How am I going to be able to hold an audience doing a live stream? And is it going to be some kind of entertainment? Am I going to do like a shopping video? Am I going to do some kind of a haul video where I go shopping and I bring stuff in and I say, okay, I got a good deal on this, and that sort of thing. What is it that you're going to want to do? Frozen Fury 009 says any decent camera on a phone with decent lighting would work for decent video quality, but if you want great quality, it will get a bit pricey. So there's a little information for you. But if you're going to do live streams, then you need to know what is it that I'm going to talk about. And I bring that up because I have tuned in channels that they're new to doing live streams. They have no clue. They just turn on the camera and they don't say anything. They just sit there and stare. And that's going to lose people pretty quick. Because if I want to look at something staring back at me, I'll get a mirror, Brenda,
don't be so hard on yourself about that last live stream. I mean, it's okay. I know you didn't have much to say and you just stood there, but
well, I tried to be somewhat entertaining. I'll tell a story, sing a song, the 8-ball, the trivia, we'll do something even if it's wrong, but do something. Lord have mercy, do something. Don't just sit there. I've seen some where I don't know how my panel feels about it, but I've seen some where you tune it in. They're laying in the bed.
Yeah, just get some bongos.
I got a kazoo. I can toot on a kazoo if I have to, but do something. Don't just sit there. And if you're going to have a live stream, you're going to need a live chat. And if you're going to have a live chat, you probably are going to need some moderators. So that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about was how do you pick moderators? And if you're going to do live stream panels, how do you pick your panelists and people that you want to put up on your panel on your show?
Water? Yeah. Did it just spill out? I filled it earlier. Oh, he drank that. Sorry, my wife just got home. She's asking why the ham. She goes, why is the ham so?
What's that, Dave?
She's asking why the hamster didn't have any water, but I filled it just an hour and a half ago. He must have drank it.
Well, either that or the bottle leaks.
Or something, yeah. So
if the bed's wet, his bottle's leaking.
She didn't know I was on a live stream, so I had to answer, yes, I'm on a live stream. No, I don't know why there's no water in the hamster jug. Now I'm good. Now I'm good. Now I'm back to business.
Or the hamster's leaking. You're in trouble if your hamster sprung a leak.
It's her live stream, guys. I have no control over this.
What was you saying, Jody? Lily love you.
She wanted to time me out.
You have to unmute.
Yeah, I said, can I time him out? Put him in a 3-minute timeout or something.
You can in the chat. You can't on the panel.
No, that's okay.
See, that's another thing that we wanted to discuss is, and once you get people on your panel, what if something goes horribly awry? You know, what if you get somebody on there and they've gone nuts? And
it's happened.
Yes, it has happened. And you need to get them off of there. What do you do then? You know, a lot of people just say, oh, you know, I can do this. And they just, you know, start in and put a bunch of people up there that they don't know. All of a sudden they have somebody that's gone nuts and doing all kinds of things that you wouldn't approve of. And you don't know how to get them off of there because you don't know where the eject button is. So that's something to keep in mind.
That's terrible. Oh my God.
Frozen says the first thing that you have to keep in mind for your moderators is not to choose trolls. There you go. That's a good tip.
No, I was laughing exploring with CF.
The other white meat.
Yeah, the hamster.
There ain't enough meat there to make an hors d'oeuvre.
Oh my God.
Cow skin and fur.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm laughing. Okay, I'm laughing.
But yeah, if you want to start your own live stream and you say, okay, I have a topic and this is, you know, this is what we're going to do. And I need to have some people up on my panel to help me discuss this, you know, be more entertaining if I have a panel. You need to pick people that you know. Like Brain Dead and Numbskull, they're the brains of the outfit over there at the Wacky Show.
Oh, Cap 7's here. He finally showed up. Wow.
There's Cap 7.
I wanted to mention something. I did some bad etiquette.
Yes, you did.
Before I left the YouTube portion of the video playing. I am so sorry, but it was to set an example of bad etiquette. So
that's what I said.
Rookie mistake.
We were an example of what not to do.
Rookie.
But once you have your topic and you say, I want to pick people, how do you pick people for your panel? Cab, how would you do it?
What was the question again?
You have made up your mind. You're going to do a live stream. You have your topic. You know what you're going to be talking about for your live stream. How do you pick the people that you want to put on your panel? Do you just say, oh, I'm just going to start the show and I'm going to ask people in the audience who wants to be on my show?
I'll take people to put on the panel for $400, please. No,
I'll take naked hamsters for 300, please.
No, actually, I find like-minded people, and because I've been on YouTube long enough and have kind of gotten a rapport with a lot of people, I know exactly where to go. I'll go to the friends that have the same kind of likeness as I do, and I'll say, hey, what do you think about being up on a panel with me tonight?
I'll vouch for that. I tell Ben where to go all the time.
You know, the fire in hell is really hot.
We've got a bunch of new ones that came into the chat too, and I'll try to recognize them here. I hope I don't leave anybody out. Rolling Homestead with Wild Edibles in Wisconsin is in the house. Frozen Fury 009 is in the house. Of course, Cab 7 he's in the house and on the panel. Faith in the Fallen is in the house. And scrolling down through here, Irish Whiskey 77 is in the house, and my screen just jumped. See, Gomez Adams. There we go. Vicky S is in the house. I think I've covered everybody. If not, say something on there. Exploring with CF is in the house. Make sure we get you all called out here. That's in here.
Vicky S, Brands Come Farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Frozen Fury 009 just said Cab 7, or you can ask people to come on the panel after they eat BrendaG's amazing roadkill stew.
Oh, man. Now, I actually saw a person on YouTube that actually cooks roadkill for his guests.
Yeah.
That's over the top.
Well, it depends on how old the roadkill is.
Don't say it. No.
If it's fresh roadkill, there's nothing wrong with fresh roadkill.
Oh.
Never ever. It is bad etiquette to ask, what's for supper tonight?
Oh,
if someone invites you over to dinner, you're just going to eat what's put before you.
and
then they have the option of telling you what you ate after you're done eating.
And remember, if you eat over at Brenda's, practice the following line. It tastes just like chicken.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like chicken.
It's mystery meat with awesome sauce.
Oh, no, you did not go there.
Oh, she did. She did. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
You give me gray hair.
Well, okay. The way that I choose.
Can I answer Branscom's question real quick? Just because they asked it. Green screen. They said, what do you do for a background? Green screen is only if you want to do a green screen, like an OBS effect. When I did say green screen, if you're interested in OBS, green screen effects, I've got a video in my playlist that's only 4 minutes long. Tell you how to do a green screen for under $30, like a professional one. Just so you know.
Now, if you're going to do green screen, then you're going to need to know how to work OBS. And you also need to know that with OBS, you're not going to be able to have a panel. I mean, you can if you learn how to run it through Hangouts, but it's going to be slow and lethargic. They haven't developed a really good way to do it with a panel yet. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But the way I choose people for a panel is very much like what Cab said. You need to know the people that you're going to put on the panel. You talk to them in Hangouts before you do the show. I mean, like a week or more. You get to know these people. You make friends with these people, and you find out what they're like. Because you don't want to get somebody up on your panel and find out, oh, I've got a little kid on here that's going to be disruptive to my show, or I've got somebody on here that's got a foul mouth and I don't do that on my show, or something of that nature. You got to be careful what you put on your show. If you do make the mistake and you get somebody up on your panel that is a problem, there is a button that you can push to eject them. You have your little icons. You'll see at the bottom of my screen, the little icons there with my panelists. And you won't see it, but when you're running a show, you can put your cursor over their picture and it has a drop-down menu. And it'll allow you to mute them or eject them, or let's see, what all does it have on there? You can check their profile. You can present their picture to everyone, or you can hide them from the broadcast. So you have alternatives. But I have seen people that do a live stream and they don't know how to get a problem off of their panel. So these are things that you need to know before you try to do a live stream, because you'll be in the middle of the live stream flailing around trying to figure out what you're doing. Let's see. Band Runner Squad is in the house saying hello to Lulu. Lulu.
Hello. Hello.
Matt.
She was busy doing that crossword puzzle. Sorry about that.
Matt says, hey, Brenda, there's a channel called Live Streaming Pros. I don't watch it, but I hear it's good. Maybe shout that out if desired. Well, they got a shout out, Live Streaming Pros. I've never heard of it, but I'll have to keep that in mind and check that out. Thanks, Matt.
I appreciate the compliments, Brenda. I am a pro, so, Thank you. I appreciate
it. We're not going to say what at.
Matter of fact, you can just go to bed now. I'll take the live stream. See ya.
We just ain't going to want to say what he's a pro at, okay? Things that go on behind the scenes.
We won't go there.
No.
Oh, so if anybody else has any questions down through there.
The only reason I pulled myself up in OBS was to show people you can run OBS while you're on a panel as your feature. That's the only reason I'm doing this right now. And now I'm going to go back to normal. Not that there is a normal, but.
Greenback Wacky, I just wanted to mention to you, it is bad etiquette to try to outdo the actual host of the live stream.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, I was watching him to see if there was a delay on that. There was just a tiny bit of delay. It wasn't as bad as like when you're trying to do, your own stream and have, be going through OBS through Hangouts, but there's a little bit of delay on it.
Google Hangouts cannot get in real time, I swear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some work needs to be done with all that.
Yeah.
Let's see, I was just kind of checking here to see, make sure I'm not missing any questions for us.
Now, the other thing I want to make sure people need to get this memorized for good live streaming etiquette. Make sure you can say the following phrase. Howdy!
Well, I think now this is just personal me thing here, but I think you should have some kind of catchphrase going in and some kind of a catchphrase going out. When I open up my shows, I do the howdy. And when I close out the shows, it's Brenda's crafty, be like Brenda. Now, I have to be careful how I say that. You notice I emphasize crafty because somebody told me about a week ago that they thought for the whole last year that I was saying Brenda's crappy, be like Brenda.
Wow, you're crappy? Holy crap. Holy crap, Batman. Get me out of this clam.
I can't make this stuff up.
It's funny that you should mention that, Brenda, because when you put out that 12 video series, How to Be Crappy, I just want to say, I got to send it back because the first video was really bad.
It was crappy.
So we couldn't figure out why you were saying that about yourself.
It made me want to get out of the house. House.
Hey, Herman the Great, how you doing in Groovy Blue?
Sorry.
Mr. Dutchy Dutch.
Sorry.
Yeah. The Baking Diva's in there, and DIY Crafts and Desserts is in the house. Good to have you in there. Mr. Dutchy Dutch. Joe Z is in the house. A lot of them strolling in here. The Random Collection is in the house.
Haven't seen Josie in a while. It's good to see Josie.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, can you do something just to make me feel a little bit better? Can you tell me how many people are in the chat right now?
23.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he said it because mine hasn't updated since I started the show. So I don't.
It should be on the bottom of the Hangout. You might have it down too far on your screen.
Well, it does say 26 on my Hangout.
Yes, it says 26.
My YouTube screen hasn't updated.
Yep. Oh yeah, 26. It just went up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, if any of you in the chat have any questions about doing shows or, what's the best way to do things, we'd be happy to try to answer them for you. Like I say, we're not experts at it, but we've been doing it for a while. So
Gomez, look, I told you, Fireman CV is not coming. Brenda just said that to get more people in.
He sent me a message 13 minutes ago. And he says, less than 30 minutes, I'll be on. So, he's out there. He was doing some shopping earlier and running late. So he'll be here eventually.
He's coming.
Brenda, I can happily say you're at 30 right now.
Yes, it's hopped up to 30. They're coming in. Cool.
Hey, I've been posting it on Twitter.
Good.
Yeah, I just posted on Twitter. Yep.
Yeah, I did Twitter and Facebook before I come on.
There you go.
Well,
hey Donna, how you doing?
I've done it twice on Twitter because it goes by so quick.
Inspired Woodworks is in the house. Good, cool. Glad to have you in there. Ford's Tool Reviews just strolled in.
Hey, Ford.
So
that's right.
We've been covering, for those of you that just strolled in here, we've been covering proper etiquette on how to do live streams, picking people to be on your panel that so that you don't run into a lot of problems with them being up on a panel, and knowing how to eject people off the panel if you have a problem, how to mute them if you need to mute anybody. And, you have to set your own kind of rules and regulations for what you want to do as far as having people come on to your show. If you feel comfortable having them come on in the middle, I feel more comfortable starting it up a few minutes before the show, having everybody come in, and that way we can make sure that their audio is working okay and that there's no problems. Some hosts like everybody to be wearing headphones because of feedback and echo. I don't have any problem as long as I don't have a lot of echo or anything going on. No, people don't have to be wearing a bunch of headgear.
No, I only like earphones when Cap 7's singing. That's the only time.
They're not muffs.
They're not earphones. They're sound isolators.
Well, I totally agree. I taught Dave how to do that.
Matt says one thing that, or one tip that he'd like to share is that when on a panel speaking, look into the lens not the screen of yourself, but the actual lens on the camera. That's a pro tip from Matt. And let's see, somebody else had something there and my screen jumped.
Is that good enough? Is that good enough?
Bits of Real Panther wants to know who stole, or was wondering who stole their hat. And I'm sure they're probably talking to me, but Donna Shaw's out there in the house. We'll say hey to Donna. Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. That's Al. Good to see Al in the house.
No, I'm just kidding. Hey, I will here, since you're talking about live streams, I will give people a tip. I've been seeing this lately. It's driving me crazy. Can I give you a tip?
Certainly.
Okay. People, please learn to control your live stream. Oh my goodness. I've been on so many live streams lately where the host, it's out of control. Everyone's blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what the heck's going on here?
I can totally agree with you on that. Like I recently went into a live stream where the host didn't take control of the people in the chat, and they were saying some things that I was offended by. I wanted to go into the live stream, but I couldn't because of certain people that were in there that were just talking about stuff that had nothing to do with what the host was talking about, so I was turned off. So they lost my attention. I left.
Maybe a better way of saying what I'm saying is, if you're going to go up on a panel on someone's live stream, everyone needs to learn how to sort of take turns. Now, every now and again, we cut people off, but even like me and Brenda and Lulu and Cab here, we're sort of talk and then someone else talks and, we're stopped. Like, you need to stop yourself from talking. I've been on live streams where one of the guests just can't shut up.
Yeah, some of us talk more than others.
But we're pretty good at trading off.
Yep.
Within reason.
Well, now see, it's those kind of people that say that trading off, when you have to pay them $5 to trade off, that doesn't seem to be so fair.
That's why I donate to Wacky.
I told Cab he gets this roll of Scotch tape. I paid him off in tape. All right.
Great.
But no, I've been on some live streams lately where every guest is talking. Nobody will stop. And the host is trying to get a hold of it. Shh, quiet, please. Let someone. And you seriously got to eject people at that point. I think shut up or I'm ejecting you,
Yeah. And you have to figure out, if you're doing a live stream, what you will allow to happen on your show. I mean, there's some shows that they're drama. That's what they base their show on, is drama.
Yeah.
If you are not a drama channel and you don't want drama on your channel, then don't have it on your live stream.
And Brenda, I'll chime in on that. You don't want drama, and that's where your moderators come in.
Yes. Well,
I gotta ask you though. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It does for your chat, but I'm talking about specifically on your live panel.
What do you do though when your moderators are the ones that are causing the problem in the chat? What do you do then?
Yeah, that's another issue too. It will start with the panel. If you're doing a live stream, you think you know who you have on your panel and everything's going fine, and all of a sudden one of them slips and just goes off on a tangent about somebody. They're naming names and they're bringing a whole bunch of drama. You need to be able to stop that. If you can't get them to stop right there, no, we're not doing that on my show, then you have to know where the eject button is. And you have got to have a backbone, and, you don't care who you're ticking off. It's your show. Okay. That's very important. You have to set your mark on, this is what I'm going to do on my show. And I'm not putting up with names being thrown and a bunch of drama here and bringing a bunch of hate into my channel.
Right.
Then we can go to the drama in the chat. That's where the moderators come in. I'm going to turn Jody loose on that one.
Well, I just want to say, I've went into live streams where the actual host was afraid to say anything to the people in the chat because they're friends and they're afraid of what the results might be of that, you know, hey, I got to tell you that you need to calm down, but they're afraid to say that. There are some hosts out there that are very timid.
Well, I call that growing a pair. You have to have them if you're going to be doing a live stream. It's just that simple. You have to grow a pair and say, stand up and say, this is my show. I'm not having this go on with my show. Because you might say, you know, that one person, because they'll keep hanging around, but how many people are they running off? You know, you got other people that are sitting in your chat or even lurkers, you know, that are watching it and saying, what? I don't put up with that. I'm not going to sit here and listen to them tearing somebody else down. And what's this all about? And they hit the unsubscribe and they're gone. And they're like, no more of this. So how many subscribers are you losing? How many viewers are you losing because you're putting up with one person who you think is your friend screwing you over?
Well, it's the most important person I've always said that to come into a live stream is that person that's coming for the very first time. Mm-hmm. Because either you're going to retain them or they're going to leave and never come back.
Yeah. Yeah. I recently went to a show and it was the first time that I'd been there. Things I heard. Oh my goodness. And I will never go back. You can't unhear once you heard it. And it's like, oh no, my goodness.
Not to say those things, but he wouldn't listen.
I don't like, hey, I agree. I don't like to tear people down unless they deserve it.
Yeah. It is me. Brian is in the house. I'll say hello to you and check in here. I think I've covered everybody that's in there. JSRFRTN Gaming Channel. I mean, I just am so happy every time I get that out without stuttering on it. I keep telling, put some vowels in there. All consonants.
Wait a minute. Is Inspired Woodworks in Wisconsin also?
I guess so.
I just noticed their comment. I didn't know if they were, I can't remember if they're also in Wisconsin.
Well, we'll see if he puts it up there and tells us. Inspired Woodworks, are you in Wisconsin? We could ask the Magic 8 Ball.
Yeah, drama. Oh, my daughter's back.
Yep, he's there. He's in Wisconsin.
Yes, I'm in Wisconsin. Yes. Oh no, he is. Where? What general area? Milwaukee area? What general?
Wisconsin's a big state.
Yeah, I don't mean you have to give away your address. I mean, I'm just
Wausau.
Wausau. I go there all the time. Holy crap, that's funny.
You got a neighbor and didn't know it.
Wow. Yeah, I've been to Wausau lots of times. And I love going up north of Wausau. Veroque. I think it's Veroque. Veroque. It's that beautiful place, all the lakes, just a little bit north of you. They'll know what I'm talking about.
Bits of Real Panthers in there too. I don't know if I said hey to you, but hey, there you go. Make sure I did. I don't want to miss nobody. But so, and that's another thing. When you have a live stream, you need to talk to the people that's in the chat too. I mean, you know, when we're doing a panel, we can't just, you know, stop and visit with everybody in the chat. But, you know, it's good to know that you're acknowledged for being in there because we do appreciate you coming to the chat. We're trying to help you improve your channel and have a better experience with YouTube based on the experiences that we've had. You know, what we don't like about other channels and what we do like about other channels doing live streams. Dutchy Dutch likes my hat. It's all sequiny. I like your hair, Dutchy Dutch.
Just remember, it's her show, so I don't have to worry about anything. I'm just sitting here drinking a Diet Pepsi. Not much of a lake guy, but if you fly by, you got to hit me up.
But one of the other things that we're going to talk about there is the moderators. And how do you choose moderators?
I screwed up on moderators. I can give firsthand advice how to pick them.
Yes, well.
You sure did.
I've got a very big screenshot from Dave and what he said earlier in a live stream, and I will go ahead and put that on a plaque.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I have a live stream, it'll be behind me to remind Dave what he actually said.
That's right. I saw it too.
What? What did I say?
It's about moderators, Dave. You can't remember?
I thought you were putting some up on the screen. You said I took a screenshot.
Listen, Carol Brady, don't try to be blonde with me.
You just said I took a screenshot.
Of you, yeah, of what you said about moderators.
What did I say?
Why do you have to ask me that, Dave? Now I'll have to go back to the live stream and see what you said.
When?
Today.
Today?
Yeah, about moderators, yes.
Yep.
About moderators today?
Yes.
You said too many moderators.
You said that you needed to cut back on your moderators.
No, I did. I got rid of 100 of them already.
Yeah, but that was just a dip in the bucket.
I know. I have too many. I have
500.
No, it went up. It's up to 672 now.
No, I do not have 672.
Lord, we keep having interventions on him.
I know.
Okay, when you're choosing moderators for your show, you should choose moderators that know what they're doing as a moderator, which means they know how to handle that wrench. You don't choose moderators based on people coming into your chat and begging you for a wrench.
No. See, that's what I did to start with. I chose all my moderators based on, you come to my channel all the time, you're a moderator. So my thinking was moderators are your supporters. No. That's what I was thinking originally. And I had over 200 moderators. That drama started happening with them.
Yeah. Your moderators have to know how to handle that wrench. They have to know what links you want dropped in the chat. They have to be able to separate their feelings about people that are in the chat from their feelings that they have had with experiences with those people in other live streams or on their own channel. Okay. Because let's say, for instance, that there's somebody that I have banned from my chat and I go into Dave's chat as a moderator and that person is in there. I can't just ban them out of his chat because of something that they did over here on my channel. They have to actually give a reason for me to be mean to them over there.
Something else I can add to that is every channel is different. Because one person, say, one channel, the creator has mods, and they have their own separate set of rules or expectations for their mods, doesn't mean the next channel is the same. Some, like Brenda's kind of a no crap channel. You come in, you cause trouble, you're gone. And then I'm on other channels where, like Dave tolerates more than Brenda.
That's right.
I do.
So you need to connect with the creator of the channel and, what do you expect of me? I've seen mods just bang, you said something out of line, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
There's a time to remove the comment, to time them out, and then block them.
Mm-hmm. Well, a good for instance on that, Jody, I think, is that you can, let's say somebody comes in here and they're talking about subs. I don't have a problem with that. Dave doesn't have a problem with that. But we might go into somebody else's chat where we're moderators and they don't want that. They don't want anybody saying anything about being, subbing or bussing or anything. They don't want none of that in their channel. So that's when the moderator would, time the person out, give them a little reprimand about, we don't do that here. And if they do it again, once their timeout's over with, well, then you got to boot them. But say here, people can get away with that and not have a problem.
Yeah, but what do you do? What do you do when a Walmart greeter comes up to you and says, listen, no, for the price of a cup of coffee, I can be the best moderator that you've ever had, and you find out that they're the worst moderator out there.
Then you take the wrench.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I hate? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. This wrench thing with people is driving me bananas. There's so much pride involved with it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had wrenches I've taken away and then I've given them back, some of them. And that's okay because some of them I probably, was probably okay with them keeping. But man,
No.
I've never been concerned about. I don't even have a wrench on Brenda's channel. Do you think I care? No. There's no pride involved with wrenches.
It's called growing a pair. You know, when you say, hey, you do not need a wrench in my channel. I've got enough wrenches the way it is, and I have people set up. They're doing the things that I need them to do as wrenches on my channel. So you don't need a wrench. If I need a wrench, I'll keep you in mind for the future. But right now, I don't need you as a wrench. Thank you. Participate in the chat. Love to have you there. You're a great person. You know, nothing personal. Yeah, I just have enough wrenches. And then
thank you. Come again.
That's saying, you know, they're saying something about themselves, not you.
But I wish people would not. I've had people get mad at me because I won't give them a wrench. They're mad at me like, I'm going to unsub you. Well, get out of here. It's like,
if you got to ask for a wrench, you don't deserve one.
Seriously, it's no diss to you if we don't give you a wrench. It's not a disrespect. It's just we got enough wrenches.
And I will welcome Fireman CV to the panel.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You're okay. Just want to make sure.
What'd you say?
You're back from shopping. There he goes again.
Oh, my wife had me do. This is how I'm saying this properly. This is how uneducated I am. She says, I want you to get some parsley, some turnips. And I'm like, what? I had to ask the guy, I'm like, can you tell me where the parsley are? Which ones are the parsley? He's looking at me like from outer space. I'm like, turnips, eggplant. He's like, what else you got on that list? He's like, you really don't know what these are? I'm like, no, I eat stuff that clogs my arteries.
And you want to know something else about moderators I've seen on other channels? Drives me nuts. Absolutely drives me nuts. It's their channel, though. I've seen moderators that for the whole stream promote themselves. Drop their own link for their own channel on someone else's chat. And I want to just go to that channel owner and say, please get rid of that person.
I say, hey, to Lady Dice Slots in the house. Good to have you in there. But yeah, and that goes back to the host of the show. You know, they need to set the rules for their moderators. Some channels actually have a hangout where they have their moderators in that hangout, and they can have meetings there in the hangout, or they can drop messages to their moderators about things that have happened, you know, in the last live stream or even during the live stream that, you know, hey, don't boot this person, or hey, watch this person, you know, whatever it is that they need to tell them. But they need to sit down rules for their moderators on, this is what I allow in my stream and this is what I don't allow in my stream, so that the moderators know.
Times I've had to time out BrendaG. Do you know how many times I've had to throw her out of my stream?
It just throws me out of Hangouts. What are you talking about?
Well, that's the other thing that these people, they think it's okay. You want to keep your stream. It's you know, rated PG, whatever, 18 plus, whatever. If you start allowing that, it starts to get out of control. I've noticed that on a lot of channels.
You know, I had an experience here probably about 8 months ago, maybe less, where a person came into my live stream, which is a regular. I've never had a problem with that person. Then one day they asked if they could have a wrench. And at that time, I said, no, I'd already gotten enough wrenches for my channel. I don't need any more now, but I'll keep you in consideration. Well, after the live stream, I got 3 real nasty private comments from this individual of how they were so upset with me, bringing up my past and everything that happened with me on YouTube. And I found out later that the only reason why that they wanted a wrench is because they were in a fight with another channel, and they knew that other channel would come into my live stream, and if they did, they would have the capability of blocking them. So they had an agenda. The agenda was, give me a wrench so I can block everyone that I don't like.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, can I answer a question I saw in the chat?
You can probably put it in there. I'm
just waiting. I didn't know if Ben was done or not.
Go ahead, Dave.
No, I'm waiting.
What are you waiting on, Dave? I'm hearing crickets. Go ahead.
Reviewing Playing in More RPM says, is it okay to make an announcement in someone's stream? Is that good etiquette? I would say most of the time, no. most of the time, because most of the things are like, hey, I'm live streaming in an hour. Oh, I just posted a new video. Come watch it. You know, stuff like that. It drives people bananas.
Yeah, it does.
It depends on the announcement, you know. That's the thing. That is my pet peeve. There's one thing I'm pretty, laid back, but the one thing I hate in live streams when someone comes into a live and says, "Hey guys, I'm live right now. Come on over."
Right.
Oh, I hate that big time.
Matt wants to know, hosts can drop links to mods. What exactly do you mean by that, Brenda? If you got them in a Hangout, okay, and you have a moderator Hangout on Google Hangouts, and you have your mods in there, you can drop them messages or links or whatever it is that you want to drop during your live stream to your mods. If you want your mods to take care of things, or just messages, that if there's somebody that you think might be causing a problem or whatever, and your mods are asleep at the helm, or maybe, you just see somebody come in that has been a problem somewhere else, and you just like, you watch this person because I don't want any problems out of them. You can drop your mods messages like that in a Hangout. So it's nice to have a Hangout in the background. See, I'm running 2 screens here, which is something else that you'll need to keep in mind if you're going to be doing live streams, is that you may need more than 1 screen so that you can watch everything. And I have everything set up here with my live chat and with my Hangout and with my Google Hangouts, so that we can put messages back and forth to each other. We can drop things in the chat, and I see what's going on the screen. And there is a live chat for the Google Hangout that the panel is in as well. So I can watch everything that's going on here. Let's say that Fireman wanted to drop me a message on the inside chat here. He could drop me a message on the inside chat of something that I need to be aware of. So, I have full view of everything that's going on while I'm doing the live stream.
Yeah, right. I gave reviewing playing in more RPM the wrong answer, because there were 2 questions. Someone was like, how do I drop a link? Groovy Blue 18. And I was saying you have to be a moderator or the channel owner to drop a link.
Mm-hmm.
What you're talking about is when you open a separate window, a Google Hangout that you have up on your extra. You don't even need a second monitor to do it. You just have to flip-flop a little bit if you.
Well, yeah, this keeps me from having to flip-flop, because I can just move my cursor between the 2 screens, to drop something over there in the Hangout, or drop something in our inside one, or drop something in the chat. So I've got everything spread out here so that I can see what's going on.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. Like Brenda or Cab or Lulu, they'll type to me while I'm streaming. I got the Hangout open, and they're like, did you just see what that guy just said? And I'm like, no. They'll tell me in a private, really? And I'll go, oh, crap. Yeah, time them out or so,
That's a great idea. I do that with Cab when I'm modding. And if, he's reading or talking, and if there's an emergency or something, needs immediate attention, I'll message him in Hangouts and say, listen, you better read this.
Yeah, you better read this, like back up the chat. I've had that where because
a lot of people don't realize we do that behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who on this panel is live streaming. What you don't understand is everybody that's on this panel, we're on Google Hangouts with them, and we're going back and forth. Say, watch out for this person, watch out for that person. So we're always watching out. It's good to have somebody backing you up.
Yeah, and we're watching out for the host as well, because we might be dropping messages in the Hangout because Dave is sitting on his microphone. We can't hear what he's saying.
I've got something to say here. Braskin Farm mentioned something that's pretty important. What is the best way to promote your channel during a live stream, or is that bad?
Are you talking about the host to promote their channel, or are you talking about somebody in the chat?
You got to clarify if it's you on someone's live stream or you're the live streamer. That would be important to know.
Don Shaw came back and said, Braskin Farm, I think you should promote the live stream that you are in.
Agreed.
Yes.
The only way to promote your channel on someone else's live stream, the only way is just to talk to people in the chat. That's it.
Yeah.
That's how you promote yourself, just by talking to people. Hello, how's it going? Not like, hey, sub me and I'll sub back, or, well, unless you're on a channel like that. But just talking to people is the best way to promote your channel, because they'll get to know you and they'll get kind of interested. Hey, who's this guy that's talking to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get agitated. I'll go into a live stream, like yours, for example, Green Bay, and somebody will say, instead of saying, "Hey, I'm live," they'll say, "Check out my newest video," and they'll just keep repeating it. And it's so tempting to just, and you don't want to be a jerk about it,
Emily Welda is in the house, and she says sometimes it's hard to catch all the comments, and it makes me mad that people get mad at you if you don't catch their certain comment. And if you got a really fast moving chat, say you got 50 or more people in the chat and it's really moving, yeah, you're going to miss things. And yes, people do get aggravated with you. Dave would be a good one to address that.
I get emails about that all the time. I come to your chat and you never notice me. And I'm like, well, how many times, number one, did you type? And number two, did you light me up in red? It's like, a lot of people, here's what a lot of people do. They'll be on a phone and they'll just say, hey, Green Bay, right? No lighting up in red. And they'll type that one time. And if I miss it, I was supposed to catch that according to them. I never have a problem get the attention of the host, because I'll type and talk to the host over and over and over until they see me.
And the more elaborate setup I think that you have when you're running a stream too, you have all kinds of distractions going on, because you got the chat, you've got your either OBS or your Hangout, whatever it is you're running. You got Hangouts running. Maybe you got music playing, and you're switching between screens to put up videos or put up more music or backgrounds or whatever it is you're doing. And it will distract you from watching the chat. And if you've got a fast moving chat with 50, 70, 100 people rolling in it, just looking away for a second, I mean, zip, whatever it said can be gone.
Like, look, Lady to Slots just said hi to me and lit it up in red. I saw it actually saying hi back.
Can I ask a question? And this is for you guys, Cab, Brenda, and Wacky. You stream frequently. How many mods do you prefer at one time in your stream? Like, what's a good, comfortable number? Because if you have too many, you know yourself.
It depends on the amount of people that you have in your chat. And when you're streaming, you generally can come up with a pretty good idea of about how many people you're going to have after you've done 2 or 3 streams. You're going to have 20 people, you're going to have 50 people, it's going to vary. But I say that you need 1 mod for about every 10 people in your chat. And then you should double that, because sometimes a moderator's going to be on vacation, or a moderator's going to go out to dinner, or, they're going to have other things to do. So if you say, okay, I generally have 50 people coming to my chat, so I need 5 moderators. I need 10 moderators, because some of those people are going to be missing in action. Then you should have your bases covered. That is the way I do it.
I agree. What I find is, say, you're going into a live stream. I have a wrench, and there's, say, 8 mods. Bang, 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 bang. Before the live stream is even half over, you might have 2, maybe 3 mods left.
Right.
I find, they all fly in at once just to say hello when they're gone.
Yeah.
So there's that too. So if you're counting on 2 for sure, then yeah, maybe 4 or 6 kind of thing during the stream. But that's just my opinion, and from what I've seen.
And the other advantage to having multiple mods is you do what's called, Brenda and Lulu are notorious for this. These two will tag team. They're looking for trolls and trolls only. Well, Lulu, actually, she dabbles in both. Me, on the other hand, I'll go into Cab 7's, like, Cab, wake up. I'll go into Cab 7's live stream, and Lulu and Brenda will be in there. And if there's a troll, trust me, it'll be taken care of. Whereas I'm posting all the links for the hosts' channels.
It's a team effort. Yeah.
It is. Absolutely. I mean, you can take turns doing that,
And I wanted to mention, you're saying how many is enough for a live stream. My live streams average about 35 people, okay? And so all I figure I need is 2 wrenches, and that would be Brenda's G's, and of course Lulu Love You, and they are the fastest in the West. No one can beat that.
Am I chopped liver? Am I chopped liver? Really? Is this?
No, hold on a second.
Hashtag chopped liver. Hashtag chopped liver.
Yeah, okay. I wanted that to be the outcome, but hold on a second. As for keeping the place safe, Brenda and Lulu, I could have 150 in there probably, and that's all I would need is Brenda and Lulu. They are that good. They are really that good.
Can I jump in though, Cab? And you need someone to jump with the wrenches, but I think it's just as important to have people welcome, like you have Yolanda. She's an awesome mod.
Oh yeah.
She welcomes people. She, welcome blessings. And Margie's an awesome mod.
No, I totally agree over it.
Yeah, so I think welcoming and making people, hi, it's great to see you. Welcome, hugs, whatever, so on and so forth. I think that's just as important as having your wrenches that are going to keep an eye on the trolls.
Oh no, I totally agree with you. With the host, on my live stream, I'm only speaking for me.
Yeah.
I'm a very welcoming live stream, and I try to notice everyone. And to touch back a little what Dave was saying, he said, I can't see everyone, and I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
With me, from time to time throughout my live streams, I'll go and let people know I'm trying to get to everyone, or I will try to get to everyone. I apologize if I miss you. I do say that from time to time, just to let the people know, okay, I get it. Cab 7 has already said it. So if he doesn't notice me, I won't be upset with him.
That's right. If you miss them, then that's where your mods pick it up.
Right.
Well, Emily says that she has 4 mods on her show and they all have a job. Now, I play that just a little bit backward because I watch people and see what they're good at. There's some that are good at dropping links. There are some that are good at whacking trolls. There are some that are good at watching things behind the scenes, like if let's say, for instance, my audio goes to pot, or my camera's blurry, or something like that. Those kind of skills, they keep on top of that and let me know, hey, you need to bump the volume on your music or drop the volume on your music, up your audio, whatever. Let me know what's going on so that I can adjust things accordingly to make the experience good for the people that are in the chat. So different people have different skills as far as what their moderating abilities are. Some people are great with the warm and fuzzy, hey, how are you? Glad you came to the chat, that sort of thing. And other people have other skills. So I watch and see what people are good at, and then good. Okay, we'll go with that. You do what you're good at, and that way you're happy, I'm happy, everything's being covered.
Right.
And me, I'm just good at everything, so it always goes perfect.
Oh,
Oh my Lord.
What do you think, guys? What do you think? Good one.
Oh Lord, it's hard being humble.
Hey, I'm bringing a comedy element to your stream tonight. That's going to cost you extra.
I'm over at Green Bay Wacky's channel right now. I just unsubscribed. Okay, I'm good to go.
H-Top Music came in the house. I'll say hey to him. I'll scroll back up here a little bit and try to make sure that I didn't miss anybody. There was a couple of them that strolled in a while ago, and I said hey to them in the chat, but I didn't publicly acknowledge them. So let me see if I can scroll back up here to where I said it. Lord have mercy, that's been a while back, ain't it?
Yeah, I just realized Fireman looks like a young Stallone.
I'm not even going to try to imitate the voice.
Take that as a compliment, because that's coming from Ron Jeremy. So take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, Michelle MNC came in and reviewing and playing more RPM came in, so I say hey to them as well.
He just donated, made a donation.
You got a donation.
Oh, mercy! Thank you so very much.
Very
Greatly
nice.
appreciate
Make it rain. Make it rain.
Make it rain.
No, don't do it. Okay. Yeah. Service. Yeah.
Come on, Cab. You have to do that. Do it.
Come on, Cab.
I can't.
We already destroyed this live stream. You might as well.
Diana Johnson's in the house. Are still some strolling in there. You're going to want to play this thing back to, see all the things that we said, because we brought up some really interesting things here this evening.
Oh, yeah.
Jody, what other comments did you want to make on this subject tonight?
You mean Lulu?
I'm sorry. Bad habits.
Yeah. If I think if you have a channel and you have your mods, I don't think you need, or you should feel comfortable enough that if you're talking, you're into deep topic or so on and so forth, you have to worry or be so worried that you're going to miss a comment, right? Because as you know, you can't keep up with all the comments if you have X amount of people in your chat. So, but feel comfortable if you can, and not panic because I might miss someone, because that's where your mod should pick up. And if the creator can't say hi, then someone else, a mod, should pick that up right away.
Right.
Yeah,
That's something I know.
I used to always be like that. I didn't want to miss a single comment or not shout someone out. And
Right.
now I'm just like, there's just too many comments.
Exactly.
And so I just make an effort throughout the whole live stream to get as many as I can.
Absolutely.
But what happened was, when I was doing that and I was making, I gotta make sure I shout them out. And then all of a sudden it wasn't even an entertaining live stream. It was kind of like, I'm just trying to frantically shout everyone out. It's like, I want to entertain people, so I'll get as many. I'll make an effort,
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard when you're modding, because I'll give you an idea. Here's one screen. When I'm modding, I have this screen up, and this is basically cab. I copy all this text and I paste it for cab 7. Now this is all on one monitor. This is on the second monitor, and that's the Hangouts in case something goes wrong or I need to get in touch with a host. And meanwhile, I'm previewing it through the third monitor way up here up top. So it takes a little bit of an effort. That's the third monitor that I use. But you don't have to have 2 monitors or 3. As long as you get a mod looking out for you, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Emily brought up another point. She said, I believe you shouldn't just make anyone a mod. You have to get to know the person before you give that much authority. And that's correct. People come in your chat, first time you've ever seen them, and they say, oh, can I be a mod? Can I have a wrench? And you don't do it that way. You should visit other chats, see who's good at being a moderator before you give them a wrench.
Absolutely.
Another thing,
run willy-nilly.
I told someone in the chat how to do it, but I'm still amazed. Every live stream I go to, everywhere on YouTube, I'm still amazed that people don't know how to light people up in red.
Really? Wow.
Really? Every single live stream I go to, I will see. So I'm going to make the statement again.
Mm-hmm.
You have to use the @ sign, and you have to start typing their name out on a computer to get it to light up in red. It'll suggest it to you. YouTube will. And you click on it, and then you keep typing. But
is there any way, because some people don't know what that @ sign is there any way that someone can share that? Because there might be that one person out there that doesn't know what you're talking about.
I just posted
number
it.
2.
It's in the chat.
Yep. But here's the second thing a lot of people forget. On a cell phone, you have to type the channel name out exactly the way their channel name is. So if it's Green Bay Wacky, it's got to be exactly how I do it. If it's BrendaG's Designs, it's got to be exact. Spaces, everything. It's got to be exact to light it up in red.
Yeah.
Right.
If there's any punctuation, underlines, anything in the name you're trying to highlight, you need to have that in there.
On a cell phone. But here's the other thing people forget. Some people know it. You can type up to 200 characters. If you really are in a busy chat and want to get the host's attention, why light their name up in red once? Do it 4 times.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think another thing people don't understand is you type the @ sign and the person's name, it lights up for that person that you're trying to highlight. It doesn't light up on your screen.
Yes, only for the person you're trying to get the attention of.
I mean, that can be confusing for new people. They're thinking, well, they said this would work, but it's not lighting up. I'm not seeing it light up. I've typed it in there 20 times. Well, it's not lighting up 20 times for you, but it's lighting up 20 times for the person's name that you typed in.
Yeah, let me see if I can get Donna Shaw's attention here.
Yeah, and it's hard because
guys, let's see if she gets this.
When somebody says Green Bay Wacky or Fireman, can you please review our channel? And it's, they don't use the @ sign. It's easy to miss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, if you look at what I just typed to Donna Shaw, she should see that pretty easily.
Ruby Blue says, I learned how now to be that easy with banners. I'm not understanding that.
And you can type in multiple @ signs and highlight a bunch of people if you wanted to do that.
Yep. That's exactly how you say hello to a lot of people all at once.
Yeah.
Since I got you up here on the panel there, Dave, I got to ask you a question. Now you have more than one channel, right?
Technically, yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, you have more than one channel. Now, is it true that the one channel you have, the name of it's called I Am the Greatest?
Oh, man, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and something else they probably don't know is, Dave has insisted that if he's going to have to call me classy lady, that when I come into his chats on his live stream, that I have to either refer to him as Your Highness or Your Majesty or Your Excellency.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Lulu, save me. Jump in here. Be my friend.
Brenda made the mistake one time of saying, I wish just somebody would say, welcome the Queen of YouTube or something along those lines. Every time I see her pop in, I'm right in there to do that.
Actually, it was Goddess of the Universe, but you're close enough.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lulu.
Now, for you people that do live streams, here's a question. You have a moderator that's really hurting your channel. Brenda, you don't need to answer this because I know what your answer would be. How can you approach them and say, or how would you? I know it sounds easier than actually doing it, right? You want to take their wrench away. How can you politely do that without trying to cause a lot of drama?
Yes, this is the best way to do it. Don't do it yourself. Have one of your best friends do it, and then they can get the blame instead of you.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, we know better than to ask Dave.
Well, Dave, I was just going to say that. Okay, Dave, you do have some people presently that probably aren't the greatest with a wrench, and you want to remove that wrench from them. How are you going to do that?
Just do it.
I've done that, and then they come back to me, where's my wrench?
Okay.
And some of them I've given back because I happen to like them. They really didn't do anything wrong. Others, I just left it. I just told them I have too many mods. It's nothing personal.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's hard. I've made some enemies taking wrenches away. I wish I never would have given them out.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they're that, they should be understanding. If they're really that offended by it, I mean, think about it. The way I look at it is, if you're a mod, I'm not trying to be a jerk and upset anybody. If you're a mod, you should be doing your job. You should be supporting, putting channel. Hey, visit BrendaG's, on Twitter. Visit BrendaG on Facebook. Visit BrendaG's Patreon. Stuff like that, or watching out for trolls. You don't have to do that all the time, but it would be nice. This entire live stream that I've been in here, they're watching for trolls and trolls only. That's fine. I get that.
And sometimes the host will say something like, hey, can one of my mods drop a link to Fireman CV's channel, that, or something like that. So sometimes it's simple tasks for the mod.
Right.
One thing I think is really important, and I try to do it in every live stream. As a host of a live stream, I like to talk about my moderators. Thank you for the job that you've done. And for the people in the chat, check out their channels. If you like what you share there, go ahead and subscribe to their channel. So it's kind of my way of recognizing them and paying them back in a little bit of a way. You know what I'm saying?
And then there's people out there that aren't mods, and they are fantastic. They're promoting your channel, and they don't even have a wrench.
Right.
Right? I mean, that's just, I think that is just, it shows so much character about someone.
Well, don't forget to hit that like button. Or I'll go into streams. I'm not a mod, and I'll say, who didn't hit that like button? Hit it, and use a thumbs up. I like doing that.
I've got to give this out to Brenda. Awesome Woodthings has a new way you are to address them.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Supreme Chancellor Haas. I see that.
Chancellor Haas. Okay, I just want to make sure you got that.
I just refer to him as Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer. Wait. What is? Yeah, Hassenpfeffer. Oh, yeah, it's rabbit or something, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Emily says, I have taken many away. It hurts their feelings, but sometimes you do what you have to do. Exactly. You grow a pair. You say, this is my channel. I have to do what's best for my channel. And I'm doing this. And they may get mad. Eventually, they'll get over it. How was it my mother used to put that? You'll get glad in the same pants you got mad in.
I used to say that to my daughter.
There you go. I mean, first of all, you shouldn't give wrenches to anybody that doesn't have a channel with content on it.
I agree. I totally agree.
Well, there's a couple rare occasions, but they are rare.
They're very rare. They need to have content, and they need to be doing some live streams once in a while so that they know how it feels. All right? Because it's very difficult to be a moderator on a channel and you don't know what it's like. You're not experiencing it on your own channel of how it is to have to run the show.
Right.
I like what It's Me Brian had to say about trolls. That's very,
I caught it.
Provocative.
I already typed back to him.
And that's the other thing about mods, like Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. Now, I've been in this live stream this entire time, and I never hit the like button. Odessa did that. I'm like, oops, I forgot. That's a good thing about mods doing that.
Yeah.
Oops. Oops. Sorry. I did now.
Right. Odessa did that. And I'm like, oh, and I went in and I hit that like button because I forgot. So the mods are looking out. The mods are looking out for the other mods as well as everybody else, saying, hey, get your act together.
That's right.
But I did tweet it out twice, so.
Yeah, and I do have some excellent moderators on my channel.
Oh, yeah.
It's taken a while to get to that point of having excellent moderators. And so this is not the first channel that I've had. I had another channel where I did live streams for a while, and I did just videos for a while of just news. And so, I had experience before I started this channel. And then the experiences that I had when I first started this channel, things kind of went wacky there for a while, and I had to revamp. And you'll find the same thing on your channels. Sometimes things do not go as planned, and you have to revamp your channel. And sometimes people are going to get upset about you upgrading your channel or changing your channel, and they're not going to agree with the decisions that you make. But if it's your decision, you make that decision and you stand by that decision and you do what has to be done. I had to remove wrenches and I had to replace them. So be wise, be vigilant about the people that you put in charge of a wrench on your channel. Make sure they understand what is expected of them and that they behave accordingly. Boy, my panel's crickets.
It's your show. I don't have to come up with content. It's
agree, disagree.
No, I agree with what you said. Now, what did you say?
Oh, Cab, Brenda, for her mods, she usually gives gifts. So you might.
Since when? I haven't gotten mine.
You won't give me your address.
So you might want to jot that down, Cabby, please. Thank you.
Okay. For some reason, I'm not hearing Lulu too well. Can someone tell me what she said?
You don't have my address. Ben's got my address.
Oh,
Ben doesn't give it out, though.
Ben will give it to you.
No, I don't give your address out to absolutely no one unless you say that I can.
See, and see, this is a good person. Even though we are a tight-knit, all of us talk on Hangouts all the time. You heard what Ben just said.
I'm serious too.
Something right there.
If Lulu asked me for your address, I would not give Lulu your address, even though Lulu is like a sister. I have to get your permission.
No, he wouldn't. And if you know how friends just hang out and you chit chat and talk.
Well, for future reference, anybody on this panel, I don't care who has my address on this panel.
Okay. All right.
I'll put it in the chat. Just hang on.
Just don't give it to Brenda. I'm joking.
Yeah, we always ask individually, addresses, phone numbers, things like that.
Right.
We never, you can't add anyone to a Hangout room without asking first.
Exactly.
That's proper etiquette in the Google Hangouts above and beyond live streams. Yeah, because people make that mistake all the time. You know, maybe someone on here has my phone number, so they assume, well, everyone can have it because I've got it. You know,
right?
We always ask separately. You know.
And that's another thing. When you're doing a live stream and you have a panel of guests on your live stream, make sure you know these people. And if they understand that, look, I've given you the link to this live stream so you can come on my panel. Don't go willy-nilly, just handing that link out to everybody. So we have all kinds of people bouncing in here. You know, if you want to invite somebody, then you ask me if it's okay with me. If you invite somebody up, if I agree with it, then I'll allow you to do it. You know, because it's your show. Understand that it's your show, and you don't give that power and authority out to your chat room or your panel or anything. It is your show. Be in control of it. When you get behind the wheel of a vehicle, you are the one in control, not the guy in the car next to you, not the guy in the car behind you, not somebody on the other side of the interstate. You are in control of that automobile, and it's the same way with your live stream show. You're in control. And you better keep control of it, or it's going to go careening off the cliff.
Yep. And one thing I think, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Another thing you can do is a situation like this. There's what, four of us on the panel, not including Brenda, is a mod could be posting links of the people on the panel. You know what I mean? If it's okay with the host, just drop the link once in a blue moon so they can, you know, check the channel out. I've done that before too. And it's nice if you have a big room of people, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. I have been on panels and still moderating the room while I'm on the panel. Now, you can't give it maybe your undivided attention because especially when you're speaking, it's hard to watch what's going on, you know, and be able to wield the wrench or drop the links or whatever it is that you do on that show. But when you're not talking, you can be watching that chat and seeing, you know, if there's things that you need to be dropping and things that you know, maybe there's somebody in there that's not being nice, they're being naughty. And, you know, maybe you need to time them out or boot them all together, depending on what they're doing. So,
and you can get hate as a mod.
Oh, man.
There's some nasty emails, you know.
It's not sweetness and light being a moderator. Believe me, it's not.
No.
You know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, so much power to be a moderator. Yes, and you get a lot of hate over it. A lot.
Sometimes it's distracting because I find myself looking all the time for stuff that I'm supposed to catch. And sometimes I'm too slow. A different mod catches it first, you know?
That's
Doesn't that tick you off?
That's what the mods are for. They're there to catch the things that you can't catch as you're being a moderator. You know, like, you know, somebody asked a question and I missed it and somebody brought it to my attention. Hey, you missed this. So, you know, I scroll back up and I catch it. You know, that's what your moderators are there for, to help you run the show.
Keep shining, keep smiling, knowing you can always count on me. That's what mods are for. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Emily said if they want personal info, you should get a hold of the person personally, because if you leave the chat up, your info can get into someone else's hands, and that's dangerous.
Donna Shaw is giving hugs with extra cheese now.
What kind of cheese?
I had White Castles with cheese earlier on my driving live stream.
That's the new thing now. Hugs with extra cheese.
As long as it's not moldy cheese.
No.
Moldy cheese is supposedly the best.
I would like to, Dave. I would like to see you eat that on a live stream.
No, what they do is they let it age hanging in the air. It gets moldy on the outside, and then they slice the mold off to get to the inside, and that's supposed to be some of the best cheese.
Yeah, but that's the inside of the cheese.
I know, but the outside is supposed to get all moldy. So
you're gonna eat the outside crust on it with all the mold.
Well, that's what blue cheese is. It's moldy cheese, and I love blue cheese.
You need some penicillin.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to start a medical show.
I would love to see Dave on his motorcycle on a live stream, slicing up a cube of cheese with mold on it and eating it all at the same time.
While I'm driving, right?
And, and telling all the people in the chat, I'm safely driving. Don't worry. I got control over everything.
But now, you know what would happen? He'd drop it in the floor, and then he'd have to pick it up off the floor and eat it.
Yeah. And then he says he wants to be the skipper of your boat. Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, sit right back and hear a tale.
Well, what all other kinds of wonderful things should we be talking about here about running your channel? Is there any other questions that we have from anybody out in the chat about things to do on your channel, or etiquette procedures, or anybody here up on the panel got any tips or anything you'd like to throw out? Anything on your mind?
It's your show. I'm just sitting here.
Well, I had you up here so that you could help.
Yeah, Dave.
How about that new highlight system that YouTube came up with? Isn't that great? How they took away our crowns and gave us a yellow highlight from the old Microsoft Word document. Way to go, YouTube.
Donna Shaw has a question.
Okay.
Why do people say that? I have
We'll
a
have an answer.
Tell us the question.
She wants to prepare us.
Corkboard TV's in the house to say hey to him. That's
Hey.
Scott. Magic 8 Ball does not like him.
Oh.
Magic 8 Ball messes with him every week on my show.
Well, that's Old But Not Dead's channel, right?
Yep.
Right? Changed his name, if I'm
Right.
right. Yep.
That's correct. Okay, Don says, if you have super chat, but don't turn it on, will you still get copyright strikes on your channel?
Oh.
Actually, what I believe it is when you monetize the stream individually.
Yep. You're right.
When you set up the stream, you can choose to monetize it or not. If you're going to do something that you want to unclick monetize, so it's not monetized.
However, I think you can still get copyright strikes on your channel, even if you're not monetized. They won't be as severe.
And what you really have to do is delete the stream, actually, if it's that severe.
It depends on what it is, I believe. If on a copyright strike, yes. If it is a strike for terms of service, it's not going to make any difference, because they will tell you flat out when they send you the strike that deleting the video will not change.
Yeah.
Definitely working, and Maker Shop said, correct, because I have copyright strikes on mine and not yet booted.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people are confused. Just to clarify, there's two types of copyright strikes. The one is an actual strike against your channel, like a channel strike. The other is where you get the message that says, we found copyrighted material in your video, and now we're sharing the ad revenue with the copyright holder.
Right.
That's not a strike against your channel. You can actually allow it and just say, yeah, I'm cool with it. Or you can dispute it. I had that happen on one recently. I uploaded a live stream that had some of my animation backgrounds, and it came up as a copyright strike, not a strike against the channel. And it shows you the timestamp. Well, I looked at it and it's like, I got that from a reputable website that gave me a license to use it. I fought it and I won. So they reversed it and it was monetized then.
And Trucking Review Channel says, I get copyrighted all the time. Doesn't hurt me as long as it's not a community strike.
Right. Community guideline strike. Yeah, that's a better way of saying it. Oh, Fireman left.
Yeah, he's having problems. He's been bouncing in and out.
Yeah. And Donna says, if I wanted, I could do an inspirational stream as long as I didn't sing someone else's song. I think you could do the inspirational stream and sing someone else's song as long as you put cover, put the title of the song and cover in the title of your video. Am I right on that?
Well, I don't know if you can monetize it, though, for yourself if you do an actual cover word for word.
Now, see, I've gotten yellow flags because I sang certain songs on YouTube. And I don't have like guitar and piano and stuff like that. It's just my own voice, which is off key when I sing. Even though I sing off key, I still have gotten yellow flags, which they have not taken away. And
yellow flag is just limited.
No, I know. And it's okay that I have that. But like Green Bay Wacky was saying, they say that same thing. You have to share the revenue of this particular song that you sang with the owner of that song, which is fine by me.
Okay, Donna says, my concern is if I went to Super Chat, I couldn't sing Amazing Grace on my stream. I don't think Super Chat has anything to do with it. I think it's the monetization that has something to do with it.
Well, yeah, because Super Chat, when you enable it and you just leave it on, it's always on, for all the live streams. But each individual stream you can unmonetize. You can just, before you stream, you click, no, you don't want ads to run or anything.
And then Emily says, okay, if you stream and half of your stream is gone, what could be the cause?
Well, number one, a lot of people forget something. I don't know if this is what they mean. A lot of people forget that when you live stream and you're done, when you hit end and it's processing up in YouTube, after about 20 or 30 minutes, it'll say it's processed, but you're only able to view half of it. It actually takes about 4 or 5 hours for the whole stream to become visible.
Yeah.
People make that mistake all the time. They're like, half your stream's missing. It's like, well, actually, it takes 5 hours to fully process.
Yeah. So you wait until the next morning or that evening or something. Yep. You go back and you take a look and it'll all be there. It should all be there. I mean, if you've waited several hours after it's over to go back and take a look at it, because I've had that happen to me where I'm like, what did they do with my show? I put this up there and now it's only showing me like 30 minutes of a 1 hour stream. What's going on with this? And then I go back later and it had processed all the way through.
Your best bet, Donna?
I was going to say, I'm kind of confused to what Donna's saying. She said, I could do 2 different kinds of streams. Would that take my channel down?
Well, just strikes, community guideline strikes is what will take your channel down.
And you have to have 3 of them, and you're out.
Now, I don't even get that, because isn't that actually 2?
I've never heard of someone's channel being taken down by 2.
No, in a sense, if your third one makes you go out, you really only get 2. It's your third one that makes you go.
Right. Dave, you don't need to talk about your whole personal life. Maybe you can say that in another stream.
It's kind of like,
I could do 2 different kinds of streams. Well, I do all kinds of different kinds of streams, Donna. I mean, you don't have to be, stuck in a rut of just doing one thing. You have a channel, make it whatever you want to make it. I mean, I do craft stuff. I do the Monday night stream. I just added and that's why I'm single thing. And now tonight I'm doing this. I do product reviews. I do how-tos. I do a lot of stuff on my channel.
Keep in mind, I was reading Lady to Slots. Donna, people can't just report you for nothing. As a matter of fact, if you report a channel with no basis for that, your own channel can get taken down.
Yes, they tell you that.
False flagging. People think, aha, I don't like this person. They're an enemy of mine. I'll just report their channel. You have to have a legitimate reason to report their channel.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. I think one thing that's important to bring up, Cab, when you get a chance, you need to bring up the importance of Hangouts and Hangout links in chat when you get the opportunity, Ben. Why you should not put a Hangouts link in your chat.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Never. Oh.
I experienced this the other day. There's a mutual friend of all of ours that when he first started his channel, we told him the ins and outs of YouTube. And there was something that we really talked about a lot, and that was when you're doing a live stream, never take that link from your live stream and put it in a chat, because a troll could grab that and they could come up on your panel and get rid of all the people on the panel and get rid of all the people in the actual chat. Well, this happened about a week ago with our mutual friend. And what he did was he took the link from the live stream because he wanted some people to come on his panel. Well, the trolls took advantage of that as well. And what had happened is that the troll came in and put pornography on that live stream. So people were actually watching porno.
Yep.
And so because of that now, it was blamed on him. YouTube looked at it and said, you're at fault. You're not supposed to do that. Put the link in your chat. So now he's out for 90 days. He cannot do any live streams.
Yeah, don't ever invite someone up on your panel by putting the link in the actual chat.
Right.
You'll want to have their private message on Twitter, private message in Hangout, their private email. It only goes to them privately somewhere.
Yeah.
And I hear this a lot. Oh, I only put the link in there for a couple seconds and then I'm going to delete it. You don't know who is lurking. Don't ever do it.
Never.
People know how to do screenshots, and you deleting it is not going to take away the screenshot that they just took of it. But that's something else I was going to address on how to actually invite people onto your panel. Because a lot of people start a live stream and think, oh, I'm just going to invite some people in, and they don't know how to do it. When you do a Hangout live stream, I'm not talking OBS here, I'm talking a Hangout live stream, you will have this screen pop up. It's an actual Hangout. And at the top of it, when you move your cursor up over the top of the screen, there's a menu bar up at the top. And it will have a little person with a plus sign as one of the little logos up there. And you click on that. That's how you add people. There will be a link in that you can copy. And then you can post it to that individual either in a Hangout, if you have them in a Hangout, which I highly recommend that you have a Hangout with that person so that you'll be able to send them messages, and you put that in the Hangout, which is how I did this one tonight. Or you have them over on Facebook on the Messenger. You know, you have made friends with these people. You know who they are. You know how to get in touch with them. Maybe you have an email account with them, you know, where you can send emails back and forth so that you can get it to them that way. YouTube has this new messenger thing, which I still have not figured out. So you can drop it to them in the messenger if you know how to work that thing. But, you know, that's all new to me. I don't know. I'm poor with
the messenger. The messenger works good. There's a problem with it, though, that I've been experiencing. It's driving me batty. Someone invites me to be a friend with them in the YouTube Messenger, and I say yes, right? But then they add like 7 people to that. So it becomes sort of like a group hangout. I'm like, whoa. I didn't say I agreed to be part of 8 people here. So there were a couple people I started talking to them, and then I got some messages back from other people like, where the heck did you come from? And I went up to the top. Oh my goodness, there's 8 people in this room all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So I was telling people, now what I do when they ask me to be a friend with them, you know, in the Messenger on YouTube, I say yes if I know them, and then I immediately type a message to them. Don't ever add anyone to this room. Keep this private for us. If you want another room, make a second room.
Right.
I call it a room. I'm not talking about Google Hangouts. I'm talking about YouTube Messenger. But it really is like Google Hangout now. It's a room in a sense.
Yeah.
So that's been driving me a little nuts.
Well, and it's the same thing with the Hangouts as well, too. You know, if you have a private one, you keep it private. And if you want a group Hangout, then you make a group Hangout with a group of people, and you name it accordingly so that you know that it's a group Hangout. And hopefully, you know, whoever you got in that group has sense enough to check and make sure that whether they're in a private or whether they're in a group when they drop a message in it. If they drop a message in one thinking it's private and it's in a group and everybody's seeing this message, you cannot retract it. So you need to pay attention to what you're dropping in chats.
Well, not only that, when you do start a group hangout, it's important that you ask everyone in that group hangout when you want to invite a new person in, make sure that it's okay with everyone else in that group.
Yeah.
It's common etiquette. Yeah.
Yeah.
Common courtesy, rather.
Yeah.
And, you know, granted, this isn't about live streaming. Now you're talking Google Hangouts, but since you're talking about it, remember, too, that sometimes people forget what room they're in. Sometimes there's certain people you might not want to necessarily to read your message. So be aware of what room you're in sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, it's happened to me where, oh crap, I didn't want to type that in that room. I wanted it in this other room, you know?
Yeah, I seen you do that.
Yeah, I've noticed it too.
I mean, I know when I typed in there the other day that Ben was dancing around in a nun outfit naked, you know,
Wait, how can I be in an outfit and naked?
It was short.
Wow.
Oh my!
Donna says she's leaving, so I'll say goodbye to her. And
goodbye, Donna.
There a while ago, we had somebody else that was leaving, and I've lost track of it now. Oh, it was learning and hospitality. I'm glad you was able to drop in. And
well, your mods should have been paying attention.
And
yeah, Lulu.
Have a good night there, Donna Shaw.
I'm sure I probably missed some people that came into the chat tonight, and I'm sorry if I missed you, but you know, we're trying to cover everybody. Ape TV 2 is in the house. Good to have you in there. Danny's Corner is in the house. Just kind of scrolling up here to see if I see anybody offhand that I missed, and I'm not seeing any, but if I did, JD Night 7 is in the house. If I missed you, type something down there and I'll catch you this go round. I'll be paying a little closer attention. Oh my. Well, we don't use that kind of language in here, Ape, so I'm not going to allow that, but yeah, I understand.
Lulu. Oh, Lulu. Lulu. Really?
Wow. Why did that happen?
Somebody said something that was a little.
No, I know who they are. Why? Why would they say that? Why did you say that?
Well, because maybe they wanted to find out how far they could push me.
Hi,
and
Mel.
we found out.
Oh.
Yeah, I told Mel you were still alive, Brenda.
Well, he needs to come in the chat and say, hey, oh, there he is.
Yep.
There he is. Hey, you like this hat? See, I got a whole bunch of hats, Mel. I don't have as many as you thought I had, but I've got a bunch.
Mel.
Yep, it's the all-star panel up here. For anybody that don't know who I have up here, we'll introduce them again. We got Lulu Love You. We got Green Bay Wacky. We got Cab 7. And then we have the Mr. Guest. We got Fireman CV up on the panel here with me. And we've been talking about etiquette on trying to run your own live streams and channels.
Wait, you're forgetting them, Brenda.
Oh, we got Numbskull and Brain Dead back there. They're the brains of the whole outfit.
Thank you.
They're the smartest ones up here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, he went to get the hamster again, too. He wants to show everybody the hamster. Poor little thing. It's all skin. Oh, mercy. But yeah, we covered some good things here tonight. I think, we want to reiterate, do not have mods on your channel that are destructive to your channel. I don't care how good of friends you think they are. If they're destroying your channel because people don't want to come to your channel, they don't want to see nasty talk, or they don't want to see destructive things being said, they don't want to see drama on your show because your mods are putting it there, then you need to pull some wrenches.
I seen a live stream a couple days ago where the person was talking, and their mods were just causing havoc in the live stream. And
they allowed that. And people are going to...
person allowed it.
Yep.
And these people, eventually there's some, I was shocked.
That's the reason I watched that portion of that same live stream. I wanted to say something in the chat, and I couldn't because of these people that were moderators in that live stream. It's like there was no way I'm going to say anything in that chat, and I ended up leaving because it was a total turnoff.
Well, I was talking to two other girls in a hangout. We were all going to go to this person's chat. So there's 3 of us plus you, Cab. There's 4 people that they lost.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was disgusting. It
was
wasn't just
the things that they were talking about. I mean, it was adult-oriented stuff. Right. And because the host was friends with the moderators, he didn't say anything. Didn't say anything at all. So yeah, there's no way I was going to sit there. It was a good topic. It really was a good topic, but there was no way I could get involved with that. I couldn't say anything in the chat because of what was going on. Yeah.
And that's why a lot of channels I don't subscribe to. If I go in there, there's that kind of talk, or it's like, forget it. No, I don't want to be associated. If I type something in chat and they're like, "Wow, Fireman likes this stuff,"
Yeah,
I don't want-
exactly.
And who's to say that new person that is coming to this live stream for the first time? Who's to say that there wasn't that new person? They saw that and left, so they didn't even stick around.
Yeah.
They lost a potential viewer.
And there was a person on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, what if somebody came in that was new to that channel, and then they seen the person on the panel, and they're relating that person to the mods doing what they're doing?
Yeah.
Well,
I
actually,
was
just
always
what
taught
Kev
you are known by the company you keep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yep.
So you might be salt of the earth kind of individual, but if you're keeping company with that kind of element, then you're going to be known by keeping company with that kind
And you're
of
going to
element.
draw that kind of element in.
Right.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
then it's going to spiral. It's going to spiral out of control. And they're going to say, well, I need to change. Good luck. You're known for it. And that's that.
Oh, geez, that's the second one there, Brenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've tried to be nice and tell them that we don't put up with that, and it's not up for discussion. So
that's funny. I was just typing to APV.
Simple Joys, it's good to see you.
Hey, good day, mate.
say when you're running a channel, when you make the rules, it's not up for discussion. The rules are the rules. And you have to stand by whatever rules that you have on your channel. And it's not going to turn into drama. It's not going to be discussed. You want to discuss it privately with me, then you discuss it privately with me, but not during a live stream. It doesn't work that way.
Can I give some words of advice to everyone in the chat? No matter what channel you're on, where you are at, it's never a good idea to swear in the chat.
No.
Even if you're on a channel that is swearing, you don't have to swear in the chat.
Yeah.
Ever. I never have sworn in the chat.
When you have a channel, something that a lot of people don't know, especially if you're new or if you're new to trying to do shows, is that there is over on your my mind's drawing a blank here. I'm gonna have to
in the community settings, you can block certain words.
In the settings, you go into community and you go into community settings. You scroll down that page and there is a place to put in blocked words. And that's where you can put in words that you don't want used in your live chat. And YouTube will automatically block those words so that they don't show up on your screen.
Sometimes they still get through, but
sometimes I actually put the channel names in those blocked words.
Right.
Yeah.
Not only do I block the channel, but I put their channel name in the blocked word, so it's a double whammy.
My rule of thumb is I go to live streams where the people on the panels in the live stream, they are swearing. And even in those chats, I still never swear in the chat. That's just me. I think it's I just don't think you should ever swear in the chat, even if you're on a channel where the people are swearing on the panel or the channel. You know, it's easy to get caught up in it, like in the chat. Just don't swear in the chat ever, even if you're on a swearing channel.
It's called respect. If people don't have any respect for themselves, they're not going to have any respect for anybody else.
Well, yeah, because, you know, I know the logic. The logic of the person in the chat is I'm on a channel where they're swearing, so therefore I should be able to swear in the chat. But don't think of it that way. Just think I'm never going to swear in the chat on any channel anywhere. It's just better, I think.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
What? How did you do that?
He stood on his head when he typed it.
He copied and pasted. I never knew that would work. Clever.
But yeah,
there's one thing that I've ran into. I was invited to go to a certain live stream last night, and I turned it down. Now, I'm pretty consistent the way I am. Everyone knows me the way I am. And so, no. So sometimes I've got to turn down people because of the kind of live stream they might have. And that's cool. I don't have any problem with people doing their own content on YouTube. You do whatever you want. And that's cool and all that. But if I'm asked to go on a person's panel or something, and I don't feel comfortable with it because I want to keep my own what's the word? I want to keep my own
well, I want to say dignity, but I don't think that's where you
well, no.
But I'd be right.
People know me as a certain way. That's what I'm trying to get at. I may have to turn them down. It's not because I don't like that channel or like them. It's that I don't want to be known as, because I've had people come back at me and say, Cab 7, I can't believe that you were on that live stream. And so you have to kind of explain yourself. Well, yeah, well, this and that. So I keep that to a minimal, not too many people. I don't have too many people come to me and say, hey, Cab 7, I saw you over here. You're an inspirational live stream, but yet you're going to, something else.
And there again, you're known by the company you keep.
Exactly.
And I think it's also a respect thing,
Yeah, out of respect.
You gotta have respect for yourself, not to put yourself in a position where you are uncomfortable or that you're not living up to what values you have set for yourself.
Right.
But that's just me. I mean, not everybody agrees with that. So everybody, has to walk their own path and do their own thing. But yeah, I don't associate myself with those kind of channels, and that's my thing. I like to be happy and have a good time and be helpful. That's what this stream is supposed to be about, being helpful to people so that they understand a little bit better about what it takes in order to do a live stream or run a channel.
Let's see. Mel said he's gonna start up an inspirational swear live stream.
Oh my oh my goodness.
I won't be going to those.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Corkboard also
I can
said
see the title: Mel live at midnight. Bring every word in the book that you can think of. George Carlin accepted.
Oh, mercy.
Corkboard said, Cab 7, if you do a check out a live stream, you may just be supporting a supporter.
Oh, thank you,
I like supporting friends and people that I believe in. Those are the kind of people I support. Like this panel right here. I support everyone on this panel. I trust them, and I know that they all got great content. So, I don't mind supporting them. And there's several people out in the chat that I do support, and I support them for a good reason.
Well, Mel says, what if they paid you to swear? Listen.
Yeah, no.
I'm not for sale. It just don't work that way.
Exactly.
Herman the Great's trying to butter up to you. Do you see that in chat?
Yes. Hey, Lord have mercy.
Hi, Herman.
Yeah, sometimes on the overnight theaters, I'll swear a little bit here and there.
Branscombe Farm asks, how many subs do you think a channel needs to start streaming?
It used to be 100. I don't know if they've changed it.
I heard that that's not the case anymore. I just asked that question the other night, and apparently now you can. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I heard they took that away. But theoretically, how many subs do you think you should have? I mean, rules to the side here. How many do you think you should have to warrant doing a live stream?
Oh, wow.
Because, take into consideration that when you have subs on your channel, that there's some of them that's going to be inactive. They just did it because, they wanted you to sub back to them, sub for sub thing. And that you got some that are on a different time zone. They're not going to be able to be there when you're having your live stream because of whatever they're working or sleeping or whatever's going on in their life. And then some of them are going to miss it altogether because the bell doesn't go off or what have you goes on there. How many people do you think that you should have as subs to have anybody show up for your live stream?
Yeah, another thing people forget too is when you put the word chat, talk, discuss, network, things like that in your title, when the person runs a search on YouTube, if they hit live and they put the word chat, they can find you. If you just put a title like, come on in, I'm here.
Here's the other thing I'd like to touch upon. And this happens a lot when people live stream. I don't know if the tags are inserted automatically, but if you look at the tags, it says Hangouts on Air. You know how many millions of channels have that tag? So it's important to add a couple extra ones besides that.
I love Cracker Barrel.
Herman's asking me, how are you doing a panel? I don't understand, Herman. You know how we do panels. Well,
how are you doing panel?
Oh, he's probably asking us how we're doing.
How we doing?
No, he just wants to know. We're doing great. I'm doing great.
I
am the greatest. Hashtag I am the greatest. I am the greatest. There is
awesome sauce. Awesome sauce.
Herman, it's not nice to confuse the host.
Sorry.
We're easily distracted by shiny things.
Now, remember, if you have a channel that exhibits crazy behavior, you might be made fun of occasionally. It's going to happen. All right. People make fun of my laugh all the time. Green me wacky.
No, that's not true. We make fun of you in general.
I know.
But the thing you people in chat need to realize is everybody that's on this panel, we continuously pick on each other. It doesn't matter if it's on a panel, a live stream. Yes. Doesn't matter.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, last night I was on the Simple Joys paranormal trivia. And I got to tell you, man, I started out strong. I had like 5 right answers. And then I got crushed like an egg. I couldn't get a right answer anymore. I was hoping to get there to win.
I think the person that won it had like 15 correct answers out of the 30.
I was killing it at first. They're like, you're in Green Bay Waggy again. Green Bay. And then I lost it. I dropped the ball.
Corkboard TV, if Brenda G's design stops picking on you, look out. There's a problem.
I mean, if I'm picking on you, you're in. All right.
You're good. Yeah.
You realize
you pick on you, you're in. Uh-oh.
Do you realize you still have 30 people in here, Brenda?
Yeah. They
why can't you hold 30 people, Green Bay?
Yeah.
I heard that. I heard that.
Let me rephrase that. Why can't we hold 30 people?
Why can't I hold 30 people?
Your hands aren't big enough.
It's gotta be the bongos.
Oh no.
Whoa. Is that a Donald Trump kind of bump there?
Hey, put the turkey hat on.
Good night, Gomez Adams. Good to see you.
Good night, Gomez and Adams.
Well, Lulu, you got any other tips, tricks, anything you'd like to throw out there? Did we miss anything?
I'm not quite sure at the moment.
I went to get Humphrey. He went to sleep, Lulu.
Yeah.
He went to sleep.
Let him sleep.
How long do they sleep for?
Till they wake up?
Probably 15 hours a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wanted to do the overnight Humphrey cam, but I guess it won't happen now.
The rest of the time they eat and run in a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what's funny? I gave him a little, my daughter gave me a little, I'm talking about the hamster I'm babysitting for a week. She gave me these little donut treats. They're little miniature cookie donuts, you know?
Really?
Called Cheerios.
No, it's like an actual little cookie, really, is what it is. And it's about the size of a quarter. And I gave it to him. It was gone. And then I'm watching him run on his wheel, and he stops and gets out of his wheel, and he spits it out again and starts grabbing it. He had the whole thing in his mouth.
Yeah, they store them in their cheeks.
Yes.
Their cheeks will bunch all out.
Oh, it was hilarious. He spits it out and starts eating it and then throws it back in again.
Jim, we're talking about hamsters.
Hamsters. We're talking about hamsters. I was going to show my daughter's hamster on this stream tonight, but he went to sleep, and I'm not going to wake him up.
And Jeb Robinson wants to know if they're going to see any more of, and that's why I'm single videos. Yes, indeed you will. I have couple of them in the works right now, and I've got more that I can do. There's a lot more.
I know someone that has 11 baby hamsters,
Wow.
and they're fairly new, but I don't know how long my husband will stay mad at me. So,
Oh, thank you, Herman.
Jeez.
How are you doing, panelists?
You know, I should
I'll
ask
do
you
it
though,
any
Lulu,
way I can.
is there any way to calm them down when they want to keep crawling out of your hand over and over like a slinky?
Herman the Great donated $5.
Yeah, I thanked him for that.
Make it rain. Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Rain.
Just like this. Get it like this. Wiping that money off your hand. Make it rain.
yes, they do, Wacky. They do calm down.
But should you hold them at all, like so where they can't escape or something?
No, let him go.
You just have to. You just have to carry them.
Yeah,
Like,
he keeps going from one hand to the next. You know, I'm trying to get them all, hold him, but he wants to go from one hand to the next.
That's abnormal activity going on, and the hamster just simply doesn't like you.
It's not a dog or a cat. It's a hamster. That's what they do.
He loves me.
Hold it in one hand and walk around the house with it, and it'll balance, right? And it'll get used to it. But if you're
Lulu.
holding what?
I watched him hold that hamster, and the hamster's eyes were bulging out because you're squeezing him too hard.
I'm an expert.
No wonder why he was trying to get it out of your hands.
Put them in your pocket. Put it, your front pocket. Don't worry, he won't bite your nipple. Oh, sorry, is nipple a bad word?
Look. Okay, Dave, when the eyes are bulging out and poop is coming out the other end, that means you're squeezing them too hard, okay?
My Lord.
Oh my.
Herman is asking Fireman, is that a good webcam I got?
What kind of webcam do you have, Herman?
What'd you get? Why do people say that? Tell us
Tell us the model.
Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball.
Oh, there you go.
Is that a good webcam that Herman had? Because we don't know what kind it is he has. So Magic 8 Ball.
Tell us
and
what
Magic 8 Ball says.
Yes.
Most likely.
A 920 Logitech.
Yes.
Perfect. That's what I'm on.
Yes.
I'm on.
I'm
It's
using a
up in the-
922.
Yep.
Yeah, it's up in
I have the
chat.
930E.
I don't know. I still think the 920 beats the 930.
It's funny because Brenda used to have the crappiest equipment out of everybody on this panel. Now she's got the best equipment of all of us all put together, and she's just got to constantly look what I got. Look what I got.
Mr. Cranky Pants.
You always got to rub it in.
They seem to enjoy my series that I'm doing on, and that's why I'm single.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, we got to talking. It was some of us girls in a chat one night, and we got to talking, and I brought something up, and then when I finished up the story, I said, and that's why I'm single. And I said, that might make a good series on my channel because I got a bunch of those stories.
You know, that's really funny because you're counterbalancing what I've got going on over at my channel, Cab Say a 7 dating service.
Now,
But
come to think of it,
you need to see the people that are come over there on that dating service aren't quality people.
I think I'm going to start one called the BrendaG's Designs Chronicles. I've got lots of stories about her, like the night she was dancing on a table with bottles of beer and got a lampshade on.
No, you was there that night, Wacky.
I need to add something to Herman's what he's talking about with his webcam. Herman, it doesn't matter what kind of camera you have. If you go into Google Hangouts and your settings are not in HD, you're basically shooting yourself in the foot, so to speak. I have a 922, and if you look at what I look like now, even though I haven't shaved, Google Hangouts, even though it's streaming in HD, it's still kind of blurry. So you got to make sure you change them settings in Hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to elaborate. Nobody at all.
No,
Have a good night there, Simple Joys.
Hey, Simple Joy's taking off. Have a good night.
Well, I got one coming up where I'm acting odd, so that'll make up for it, Matt. Because it does. It's a two-way street. It goes both ways. It's either them or me, and that's why I'm single.
Believe it or not, people, this is what we normally do in our own private little hangouts. The only difference is we're live streaming tonight,
Yes,
and we're
so
watching our language.
Right. We're using etiquette. We don't necessarily do that when we're in just a hangout.
No.
So is there anything else anybody wants to share about YouTube etiquette?
I think that we have probably pretty much covered the gambit on this. Unless anybody has any questions out there in the chat.
What about supporting people? People will say, support me, bust me, hug me, sub to me, blah, blah, blah. And then they just subscribe and that's it.
Yeah.
And then I'll see people say, well, no one's supporting me.
Or they support in order to get support, and then they unsupport.
They do it all the time. It's a lot of that's the young YouTubers. They think they're clever. They do a sub, they get a sub, and then then they unsub them so they can keep getting more subs.
And then I hear some creators say, okay, well, go to their channel, click on their video, and just watch a minute of it. Well, I suggest watch it all, or at least run it all.
That's what I tell people. If you don't have time to watch the whole thing, just leave the window open and let it at least run its course.
Exactly.
Yeah. Matt has a question here. Fireman can answer. He says, are all Hangouts on air 720p, or can you change it to 1080? Yes or no?
Yes, I answered that, and all our cameras are at 1080p, and the highest you can go with Google Hangouts is 720p. I don't know why.
Yeah, I can't make adjustments on my camera on being on Brenda's stream, it seems like on her Hangout.
Right.
I think I can only do it on my own Hangout.
Al says, in web browser, open meet.google.com, click settings and select network. Choose a setting you want to change and send resolution.
Really?
What was that comment? Let me read that again.
Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop, that's Al. He says, in a web browser, open meet.google.com, click settings and select network. Choose a setting you want to change, send resolution. The image quality from your device that others see, receive resolution, the image quality that you see from the other participants, and click done.
My God, yeah. For me, it says my camera's blocked.
I'm going to screenshot that and visit that later.
Yeah, I tried. It told me my camera's blocked. I think that's because it's in use. I can try it. I mean, I appreciate the tip.
I'm saving that to check after the show as well.
Yeah, I just screenshotted it and I'm calling it a camera tip. I'm saving that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before, but
yeah, when I clicked on the settings, it told me my camera was blocked. I think that's because we're in the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 720 is the max.
Yeah, Jim says, I like to get on a person's channel and queue up their videos and let them all run through so the view time hits. Exactly. Yeah, that's
720. That's the highest that YouTube allows to watch back in.
Emily has a question.
No, Google, you mean?
Yeah, Emily has a question. She says, when you switch from laptop cam to Logitech cam with USB, how do you work with settings while streaming?
Wait, hold on. Hold on. No, 720 is the highest that YouTube allows in the video window.
YouTube allows up to what? The 4K.
720 is all I get on the view screen. Like right now, I'm on BrendaG's, looking on her channel.
Yeah, because that's what Google streaming it as. Mm-hmm. If you look at somebody else's video, you can look at 1080p, 720, 4K. I mean,
I can't go higher than 720 on Brenda's.
Well, that because she had. I ain't saying nothing.
It's because I am not technical and I don't know how to change all these.
No, because Google won't let you go above 720. That's why.
Al says, send resolution maximum high definition 720p available on computers with quad core CPU or higher.
If anybody's got less than a quad core, there's something wrong. All of us here are running at least a quad core.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Google, like YouTube, is not allowing me to go higher than 720 on this.
Okay, let's get back to Emily's question. She says, I have a question. When you switch from laptop cam to Logitech cam with USB, how do you work with the settings while streaming?
Okay, let me read the question. Let's see here. When you switch from laptop cam to Logitech cam with USB, how do you work with the settings while streaming?
I don't think you can while streaming.
You don't have to. You shouldn't have to, because it should be plug and play.
Well, the thing is, you're streaming. So you can't pull up Logitech and zoom in, zoom out, move left, move right, whatever you want to do with the camera, because you're streaming. If you're not streaming, you can set it up. I set my camera up before the show, but I can see what she's talking about because she's a crafter. So she might have the Logitech set up over top of her table to show what she's doing with her crafting. Maybe she needs to move it out or move it down for a close-up or something. And unless you physically grab the camera and move it up or move it down or right or left, you can't change the settings with the Logitech camera while you're streaming. I haven't figured out how to do it.
No, I don't believe you can while you're streaming. You can just pick the camera that you're going to use.
Yeah, and Emily, before the show, I focus my camera, and then I turn the autofocus off, and then I go ahead and do my show. I don't let my camera autofocus during the show because it'll start doing that beat. It looks like a heartbeat, in and out, which is extremely distracting.
I think the 930 does more autofocus than the 920. That's one thing I did notice, because my 920 doesn't autofocus that much.
Yeah, I turned the autofocus off on mine when I stream because it gets out of control.
To be honest, if you have a good enough camera like a 920, 922, you shouldn't have to make any adjustments for the whole stream, really.
Yeah.
I'm using a C525 right now. I disabled it so that way I could configure my 920 or 922 using meet.google.com, and it's still blocking my camera. It won't even allow me to change it.
Now, Fireman and Dave should know how to answer this. Al wants to know, I wonder if OBS will let you do higher resolution.
On using Hangouts?
No, when you're doing OBS stream on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Google's the one that is keeping you at 720.
Yeah, Google's at 720, but there's no benefit to me going much higher because Google won't allow it anyway.
You can't tell the difference really between 720 and 1080, really.
Yeah, there's really no benefit because every live stream, every video I watch, I can't go higher than 720. Google has throttled it there.
Right.
I'll say hey to Jim Bashirs is in the house. I should have said hey to him earlier. And C-Dub's Journey came in. For those of you that came in late, you're probably going to want to play this back later after it processes, because we covered a lot of good information here on doing streams and videos and stuff tonight and picking mods and all that sort of
Have
thing.
a good night, Danny's Corner, by the way.
Yeah, it does slow it down, Corkboard. You're right. If you're at 1080p, your processing time is a lot longer when it comes to uploading to YouTube as opposed to 720. That's why I stay in 720. I did one at 720 one time, and the difference, you couldn't tell a difference in video quality, audio quality, but the processing time, that's where you notice the difference.
Yeah, and I've even got mine. I've got plenty of internet bandwidth now. I'm still keeping mine at that lower bandwidth, Fireman, and it still looks great, I think.
Yeah, that's a safe way to do it.
I think we dropped it down to like 1500 or 1540 or something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't hiccup. And when you get your fast internet and stuff, your special fiber optics, and you change your I guarantee you change your settings, you'll still have a problem.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to give me a benefit of a better picture, really.
Right.
I really don't. I think all I could maybe consider doing, I don't even think it would matter. I might be able to go to even a slightly better camera, but why?
Right.
I mean,
Jim Bashir says, I bet the 720 limit is to keep the bandwidth overhead low.
yeah, probably.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I'll take when I do regular videos, I've got several cameras here that I use, and the difference between 1080 and 720 barely noticeable. It just takes up more space. It's not worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we could also talk microphones too.
Yeah, but I made the rookie mistake once on microphones. Funniest thing, Fireman helped me on that.
Let's see if you tell the whole story. This is going to be good, folks.
I'll keep it short. I got my Blue Yeti, and I was thinking this is great because it's showing the microphone working. And it was like, I don't think your quality is good enough for what a Blue Yeti is. And it's like, why? It's great. It turned out it was my webcam microphone that was doing all the work. I didn't actually tell the computer to switch to the Blue Yeti microphone.
Yeah, I knew you were going to leave something out.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah, I left something out.
Yeah, you remember this, Dave, when you were streaming like this?
Oh, that was on my old microphone where I had it the wrong way.
And then you went like this, and all of a sudden your audio sounded phenomenal.
I know. I had it directionally in the wrong place. But I think I've got it right now.
See, Al says, I was streaming at 1080 on Twitch and was told by one of my viewers that he could not watch the stream on his device, and he's not sure why.
Well, that just tells you stick with 720.
Yeah, 720 is about as good as it gets here for YouTube right now, I think.
And Jim says, what's a good XLR microphone to USB adapter? I have a SM57 I want to start using.
Well, it depends on what Verschmalia and Rappenstassen fressen. What did you just say?
Yeah.
What's a good XLR mic to USB adapter?
That's in English, right? Because I don't understand any of that.
Sounds like he's probably got a plug-in mic that he wants to go to a USB.
Yeah.
Just get a USB mic.
Everybody frowns upon USB powered mics because look at this one. This one cost me $20 on Craigslist. It's a piece of crap. The audio sounds absolutely crappy. You cannot buy this anymore. It's obsolete. It sounds like crap. By all means, go out and buy all kinds of preamps, fancy cords and stuff. It'll sound a lot better than this.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not trying to make fun of anybody.
No, I know. People, I will say this. I've got 2 Blue Yetis. Me and my son each have one. I got them on Craigslist used for $50. But I also, as a backup for a while, it's a pretty good mic for people on a budget. The Snowball Blue is actually a pretty good mic for about $30.
Jeff wants to know, do y'all use mixers for audio?
No.
No.
Nope.
No audio enhancements with this microphone whatsoever. I didn't even install the software that came with it.
No, I don't have any for this too. I think this Blue Yeti gets it done pretty good too. What do you think, Fireman?
No, it does. I've had people ask me, they're like, oh, what are you using for a preamp? What kind of equipment are you using? And I tell them, and they're like, really? Well, I got $3,000 for this and $3,000 for that. Yours sounds so much better. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
Save yourself some money. Save yourself some money.
Right. Or you can get a Rode Podcaster.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Here we go.
Yeah. She was sprung. What'd you spend on your mic? 150? 250? What was it?
That's a little over 200.
$200.
But it's a Rode Podcaster.
Yeah, well, this is a Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti. Come on, it's a freestyle. This is a Blue Yeti. The Yeti is great. The Yeti is a mic that's affordable. Yeah, the Blue Yeti rocks. The Blue Yeti's cheap. I don't care about your podcast, your mic.
It's cheap.
Now come back. Come back on that. Come on. The freestyle. It's a rap battle. It's a rap battle.
It's funny because I had somebody affiliated with B&H, and they said, would you be interested in reviewing our microphones? And I said, oh, heck yeah, no problem. And I said, okay, what do you have for an amp and a preamp and this and that for Schmauria? Do you have this Rappenstassen Frassen and that one? And I'm like, what? And that was the last I heard from them.
Yeah, I think what probably Jim Bashir's is talking about, he's got a stage mic that he's been using that might require a preamp, you know, like
Some of them do, yeah.
yeah.
But you know what? I'm so happy with this sound. Unless if I get it for free, absolutely, I'll review it and consider it.
And then we've got Matt out there, Awesome Wood Things. He has a Heil PR40, which is the best mic on the planet. All right.
Don't know
That's
nothing
what
about
I
it.
would have gotten if I had not gotten my Rode Podcaster. Rode Podcaster is one step down from the Heil. Oh.
Well, I think we got a lot done tonight in the stream, actually.
But yeah, you don't have to have the best mic. You don't have to have the best camera. You don't have to have the best lighting and all that to start.
It's, you know what it is? It's a trap. When people are like, well, I'll do it when I get some better equipment. It's just an excuse. It's an excuse. Start one way, end up another. Yeah. My first live stream was on a cheap, crappy laptop computer, and it got it done. Started getting people interested, and then I just slowly upgraded, you know?
Yeah, mine was on a laptop computer. It was a good computer, but it had been beaten to death for 10 years while I worked. You know, right. I'd carried it around all over the place,
slowly upgrade.
When I was mobile, and had beat the hell out of it. So, you know, it needed a lot of help. And it finally kind of gave up the ghost, and I had to upgrade. Well, I upgraded to a laptop, and then, well, I had to upgrade a camera, and I had to upgrade a mic and lighting and put in a green screen, and I put in a desktop computer, you know, and monitors and all that. So little by little, you just add to it until you build up what you need. Find out if you like doing the live streams or doing videos before you go spending a whole boatload of money on something that you may not use very long if you're not into it.
Right.
You can generally, if you will take your phone and run it through your Wi-Fi in your house, not through the internet, through the sky, you can get a pretty good signal if you have a decent phone.
Yeah, you can.
Enough to live stream to get people interested in you.
Mm-hmm. But you need some content. You need something, and that's something else that we can discuss too on your content. How do you determine what kind of content people want to watch? What's going to make them keep coming back to your channel consistently, giving you that view time and supporting you where they're sharing it out to other people and bringing more people to your channel? Like, hey, you got to watch this.
Everybody on this panel has been trying to answer that question.
It's true, actually.
There's Benny. Finally came back.
I can answer that a little bit. Maybe not so much an answer, a statement. When it comes to sharing things out, I noticed that after my live streams, and I'll look up to 24 hours later, I will see how many people actually shared my live streams out. Very few.
Yeah.
Maybe 7 or 8 people out of, the 35 that might come there. About 7 or 8 people share it. So not too many people are interested in sharing out your live streams.
Yeah, I have a new thing that I've been doing the past few weeks, maybe the past 2 months. Every live stream I go to, I put it on my Twitter. Every live stream.
Yeah, I've been trying to teach myself to do that, and from time to time, I'm starting to do that. Put it on my Twitter page now.
I put it on Twitter, and I put it on Facebook, and I put it in Hangouts for different groups I'm in. Yeah. Trying to let people know, hey, I'm live, because the bell doesn't always work. But even more so than your live streams, if you're doing videos, how do you get people to look at that and say, this is outrageous. I have got to share this with everybody, so you're sending all your friends over. So you got to watch it. I have seen videos where I've done that, where I'm like, oh, this is just off the chart. I've got to send everybody I know, take a look at this.
Well, actually, I've seen hosts and hostesses on other live streams actually say that in the live stream, hey, if you can all do me a favor and share this live stream right now with all your subscribers, people over at Twitter and over at Facebook, whatever you use for social media, let them know about it. And sometimes that does help.
Right.
If you don't say it at all, no one's going to do it.
Yeah, Matt and Jim are both out there saying content is king.
Right. Well, Deanna Johnson made a statement. Yeah, that they don't have any content because they don't know what to share. All of us started out that way. And the thing is, we all have content. We all have followers. We all have subscribers. We still feel like you do now because we don't know what to share. We're always exploring different avenues because we don't know what's going to be successful and what's not. And that's why all of us are trying different things all the time. Every one of us on this panel.
Yeah.
My number one tip on that is do what you are passionate about.
Yeah.
Whatever your thing is that you're enthusiastic about, the thing that you really enjoy doing, start with that.
I agree.
Right. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
You can always change it up. You can always add, other aspects. Just like my passion is crafting. I love to craft. I love to create and make things. And I'm in all kinds of different crafts. So you never know what you're going to see me crafting on. But I do other things as well. If I have a product that I really like, then I'll do a product review on it.
Right.
Look, I went streaking through Walmart the other day. I didn't get the May views.
That don't surprise me.
I tried. I went streaking through the frozen food section in the cereal aisle, and I had the Walmart employees film it, and it just didn't work.
You didn't make it to that website, Walmart people. They looked at you and said, "Oh, hell no."
But yeah, whatever it is that you enjoy. I enjoy gardening, so I put up gardening videos, and there's certain things that I like to do, so I'll show a how-to video on how to do something. And I thought this was funny, coming up with the things that make me still single. So I'm putting those up.
Brenda, I think that's awesome, though. This is what works for me. I believe in eclectic channels. That's what I like. You do a little bit of everything. If you do a little bit of comedy, if you do a little bit of maybe a craft of some sort, or play music, or as long as you're eclectic, because you're interesting and you're not just covering one segment of viewers on YouTube. You're covering a whole bunch of people, different segments of YouTube. Okay, I'm not going to watch their crafting. I'll watch them play guitar. You have a variety, and that's where a playlist comes in handy as well.
Right.
Because you break down your different things that you like to do on your channel into a playlist, then when that person comes to your channel, they can go straight to that playlist and something that they enjoy, and they'll watch that.
Yeah, and that segues off into what Fireman and Dave are doing on their Friday stream, where they're showing people how to make playlists and how to do their thumbnails and their banners and make your channel look attractive to have people come back to your channel and say, "Oh, I like this. Well, this is pretty. I love their banner. Oh, look at their content." And, I'm interested in that. That's pretty cool. And, if you have thumbnails that don't show what the video is about or don't show enough about what the content is on that video, they're going to just pass right over it and not pay any attention to it. So that's where the thumbnails are important. They're also, this is another one to bring up to you guys since I got you here captive. What about tags? Now, there seems to be a discrepancy about tags because somebody brought up to me the other day, oh, tags are useless. And somebody at YouTube said that tags were just foolish and you shouldn't even use tags.
Look, I'll tell you my experiments with tags. I've done a lot of them. A lot of people load up their videos with we load them up with as many tags as possible, right? I've actually found that I can get to the front page with 3 tags. It's almost like the algorithm has nowhere else to put you but the front page.
Well, I looked at the link June Gall sent us, and I looked at that, and I think that was a YouTube executive, if I wasn't mistaken. I can't remember. Said thumbnails. It was right in there. Thumbnails.
But what about the tags? Should we forget about putting tags on the videos? Just not.
I think it's a bunch of crap because if I'm not going to promote my channel or anything like that, but based upon the tags that I have used, 3 of my videos, the most successful videos that I have in existence, the minimum they have is 1 million views on my videos, are because of the tags in them in the top 3 when you go searching. So
tags are important. I just said I've done.
I think tags, description, thumbnails. It's got to be all of them combined. A lot of these people when they live stream, I don't mean to change the subject or anything, but like somebody said, they don't have any content. What are they going to stream? If you just stream with your phone, hey, look, today I'm doing laundry. And I don't want to mention any names. Cab 7 knows who this is. Yeah, we're just hanging around, you know, same old same though. So what are you guys doing? You're not going to get many viewers doing that.
Right.
You got to be unique.
Mm-hmm. Got to be doing something that somebody wants to watch. I mean, we've had a lot of people comment tonight. I put a 7-minute video up about, and this is why I'm single. And it was a funny little story about a date that I was on once and how it went south in a hurry. And people enjoyed watching that. It's got almost 100 views, which, you know, hey, I'm impressed. Somebody wants to hear me tell some silly story like that. And that's just in a couple days period of time.
Right.
So who knows where it'll go, but you know, that I thought, well, I guess they do want to hear this. I was surprised it got over 30 views, but you'd have to do something people want to watch. They don't want to watch you lay in the bed. I mean, seriously.
I just wanted to I wanted to let Brenda know that after going to that video, I mean, you got 100 views, but after the 75th time I went there, I kind of got tired of doing it.
You know, Brenda, when I showed you that link, basically, Green Bay and I were scratching our heads saying, what are we doing wrong? We need to rethink this.
Yeah, but that was something different. I'm talking about somebody that's going to do a live stream, and they're just sitting there in the bed, staring at the camera.
Yeah, but Brenda, these people were sleeping, and they had 500 people watching it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? The most exciting thing was when he scratched his crotch. And I'm like, but I couldn't stop watching. I was glued to it. And I'm like, here I am editing, putting out content, speaking.
You were glued to his crotch? You were glued to his crotch? Why?
No, I wasn't glued to his crotch. I was, no.
God. There's your sign.
Yeah.
Here we go.
This is why I'm single.
You know, someone mentioned in the chat, they don't know what to put on for content.
Yeah.
And Brenda said, I think it was Brenda, put on, like, make videos that you desire, something you desire.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a saying, build it and they will come kind of thing.
Right.
You will attract like-minded people eventually.
I mean, maybe it'll work for you. Maybe you can lay there in the bed. Try it.
And you know,
do a live stream, just lay in the bed, turn on the camera.
Maybe other people laying in the bed want to talk to someone laying in the bed, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe people would enjoy watching you lay in the bed. Maybe I'm wrong.
I've seen people, all you see is like, they, you know, I'm not trying to be sexist. They fluff up their cleavage and all that. All you see is from the cleavage up, and you'd be amazed how many people they get watching that. You know, and she puts makeup on it, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I can't believe it, you know. But it's, you know, do something that you're good at or something you excel at. If you can't come up with any ideas, like when I created my YouTube channel, I get tired of my kids saying, how do I check the oil? Can you check the oil in the car? Can you check the antifreeze? So I made a video just for the heck of it, and I put it on YouTube. Those were my very first videos, how to check oil and how to check antifreeze. And they're still today my top most watched and top earners on YouTube, my biggest revenue. And it's like, are you kidding me? And it was something simple. You know, do something that you're good at. If you don't know what you want to do, find something to educate people and they'll be interested in it. Educating people love how-to videos. Try that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here's an idea, something that I would be interested, Fireman or Dave, you guys are good with editing, is maybe pick a program, for example, like Filmora or whatnot, and have an evening and just show the basics, like screen share and show us, you know, the basics just for beginners or something.
I was going to do that last week on Filmora, and I had a problem screen sharing the Filmora. And it was too quick. I didn't have time. Me and Fireman went live. Remember we had talked about that, Fireman?
Yeah.
Well, that's something I think a lot of people could benefit from, because I see it a lot who don't know how to edit.
Right.
And I'm still learning, right? I just taught myself trial and error and picked away, and I'm still learning, right?
I get it. I'm still trying to learn how to be funny. I get it every day.
Exactly.
Good luck with that, Dave.
I did a video last year, and I think it was an educational video, but it was me and my girl underneath the blankets, and there was no nudity. all you could see was the blankets moving around and a lot of oohs and ahs. There should have been nothing wrong with that, and there wasn't. It was, listen, it was until she popped up above the blanket and showed herself. That's where I got to monetize. If I wouldn't have showed her, it would have been fine.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Now this has gone to the pigs.
Oh,
Yep.
I'll say hey to Leonard Shea. He's out there in the chat. Good
Yeah,
to see you
Leonard
in there.
Shea, he's popping up more on my Twitter and more. He's interested in growing his channel a lot. He wants to know how to get subscribers. He's starting to come to the live streams. Yeah, I applaud him for trying to. He's asked a lot of how can I grow, and giving him some advice. And you're doing the right thing, Leonard. Just get around to the live stream, start talking to people.
And Groovy Blue brought up the TubeBuddy. Yes, I think TubeBuddy is important. And I didn't know about TubeBuddy until just a few months ago, but I tried the free thing and liked it. And so I got the program, and I do enjoy TubeBuddy. It saves me a lot of time, especially with the tags.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Here's
we're
a
all
little-
in the process of learning. There, none of us are experts here by any stretch of the imagination. We're all still learning.
But you're learning from our mistakes.
Yeah.
Well,
So we're just sharing.
you can speak
you.
for yourself, Brenda. I am an expert. I know everything. I mean, I talk about it all the time with my wife. It's like one time I thought I was wrong, but I found out I was right. So it was
Yeah, that's why your PayPal button didn't work for over a month.
over a
Okay.
month. Isn't that funny?
I guess we're gonna bring up TubeBuddy this Friday.
Yeah, Jim asked in chat, what is TubeBuddy?
The link to TubeBuddy is in the description of my videos. It is a helpful tool to help you with just about everything on YouTube. It helps you with the tags. It helps you with your comments. Fireman's more of an expert on it than I am. Go ahead,
You can
Fireman.
Just
edit,
download it. Just get it. Just get it.
Yeah,
you can
get
make
it.
thumbnails, you can edit. It's amazing.
It reminds
Think
you
of
what
this-
you forgot when you get ready to post a video under Creator Studio. It has a checklist, and you can check these items off. And oh yeah, I forgot to do that.
Think of it
Go ahead.
this way. It's think of another layer to your channel. Like here's your channel. You install your TubeBuddy, and now it kind of layers over your channel, and now it helps you on every aspect of your channel. Like when you go to, like Fireman's saying, you upload a video, TubeBuddy will tell you what tags it should have, suggestions,
And it'll
research.
recommend them. It'll tell you the most popular tags. TubeBuddy also allows you, let's say, I'll give you a good example. I don't know. Checking oil for beginners. Let's say you want to do a video for checking oils for beginners. So what you do is you do a YouTube search and go, wow, that guy's got over 3 million views. You can copy the tags off of that one person and use them on your own channel, which is perfectly fine, and add your own tags on top of that. So what that does is that will possibly get you to the top of the search rankings because you're using the same tags and pretty close to the same description that they have. As long as you have a good thumbnail, tags, titles, description, you should rank up there pretty high, so to speak. You want to add anything, Green Bay?
No, it's one of those things. I was resistant to TubeBuddy for a while. Vinny G was the first guy that told me that I should do TubeBuddy. I applaud Vinny G for putting it in my brain, but I was worried that somehow it gets in and infects your channel like a virus or something. But once I found out that TubeBuddy was approved by YouTube, they're totally cool with it, and I installed it, I'll never go back. And then the trick to it is the free version. If you let it run for 30 days and go beyond that, it gave me the lifetime license for like $29.
Right.
So don't buy it. Do the free version for like a month, and then it's like, we see you haven't spent any money with us. Hey, we'll make you an offer you can't refuse. We'll give you it for life for $30.
Right.
Take it.
Yeah, 30, 40 bucks, something like that.
It's
Take
worth
it. Take
It's
it.
worth it. Every penny. You'll
Um,
make that back.
It does.
Easily.
It's impossible to explain everything it does. It does so much.
It does.
Mark-
You'll make that money back in no time. And the other, that's just tags, titles, description, checklist on
Oh,
Creator
yeah,
Studio.
it does.
The other thing is it gives you access to audiohero.com, a free subscription to that.
Yep.
It gives you free templates for banners and all kinds of things. The best thing to do is click on the link in BrendaG's description and go and look at the features that it has.
Yeah. The Barnyard Chickens out there, I'll say hello to them. Glad they stopped in. Leonard Shea, I think I said hey to you.
Yep.
I see that, Ben.
I'm not. Diana Johnson's in the house. I'm not sure I said hey to you, but hey.
Hey.
I'm distracted with what Ben's doing in the background.
I'm not doing a damn thing.
He's playing with Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
That's a secret.
So
We
which,
know we do well.
you're thinking of having this again, Brenda, this panel and talking about topics?
Yeah, if you know, anybody that's watching this later or in the chat here, if you want to leave comments on videos about other things that you'd like for us to talk about, whether you want us to talk about software or hardware or things to do with the channels or etiquette or any of that kind of stuff, let us know. We'll be happy to put a panel together and talk about it again.
I think one night we can all talk about how to make good fajitas, and
Oh yeah.
another night we can, you know, talk about you know, how to wire nuclear bombs and
How to dress for roadkill.
I have a little something to say. I can't remember, I'm sorry, who asked about or who mentioned that they have a hard time coming up with content or thinking of something. There's one thing, not everybody, but most people hold very dear, and it's their pets. Whether it's a dog, a cat.
Everybody likes pets.
Exactly.
yeah.
And I mean, you see people taking their animals to the vet and paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars. If you have a dog, a cat, a horse, whatever, even a short clip, you put a cute little title, something, you know, that will attract people. I'll tell you, every single time you'll have people coming to check that out because everyone's a pet lover.
And some people
I'm counting on 24/7 Humphrey Cam.
Yeah.
And some people enjoy singing. You know, you can, if you like to sing, there's nothing saying you can't sing. You just have to label it properly.
That's
on
right.
YouTube, you know,
or sing to your pets. I have a video I sing to my dog.
Comedy or how-tos or crafting or the inspiration on. I mean, the list goes on and on. Look at what other people are doing. Find a twist, you know, but it has to be something that you're passionate about, or you're not going to stick with it. You know, something that you are enthusiastic about. I love to do this. Look at what you do in your everyday life. What are your hobbies? Some people are into ham radio. If you're into ham radio, do some ham radio streams. Other people watch YouTube. There's people here in this chat room that are into ham radio. I'm a ham radio operator.
But don't fall into...
Byron's a ham radio operator. I mean, you know, if that's what you're into, do that. If you're into
Gab likes ham,
do that. Whatever it is that you're into, do that.
But don't fall into the trap that, you know, a lot of us do. Well, I'm worried I don't want to copy this person. Copy us by all means. And here's why it's important. Okay, I'll give you a good example. A good friend of mine said, "Well, I know you've got a video on how to check this on a vehicle, but I'm kind of worried." I'm like, no, by all means, because they have a different way of presenting it. Not only that, they'll pick up on stuff that I didn't and be able to, you know, and they've got a completely different audience than I do.
I had the funniest thing happen one time about 2 months ago. I put a video up. Me and Tosh Time each put a video up, almost exact, and we were laughing like, "Hey, that's my video. Hey, that's my video." It was funny. We were just laughing. Like, it was, who cares? It's like, there's no rules on YouTube. You know what I saw the other night, Fireman? Some people were doing overnight live streams. They called them insomniac live streams.
Wow.
I was being, I think I started the trend. I think I started it.
Well, I know you and I have started trends because I've seen people trying to duplicate what we do.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at them, I'm like, whoa, really? And I'm not trying to knock other channels. I'm like, they got to step it up. You know, I'm not saying we're perfect because we're not, but by all means,
we're trendsetters, though. We're trendsetters.
I think everybody is. Everybody influences somebody.
Just kidding.
Something. Yeah.
Well, no, we are trendsetters because these people didn't do this before, and now all of a sudden they're trying to do it. But they're doing it. They're adding a twist to it I don't like the twist because honestly, if I didn't do channel reviews and stuff, I wouldn't be watching them because I'm like, it's like watching a Cab 7 live stream or something. It's like, I don't think. Oh, you're still here, Cab? I'm sorry.
I told you ahead of time it's ASMR. ASMR. That's the only reason why you should come over and watch me.
Jeff Robinson's in the house. We'll say hey to him. And Francis's House of Spirits and Kitties is in the house. We'll say hello to her.
Frozen Fury must have come in because it came.
Yep, Frozen Fury 009 is in the house. Good to have you in there. And if you haven't, if you just strolled in, we started this thing. Let's see, what was it now? About 2.5 hours ago.
Yeah.
So you're gonna want to watch this thing back because we put out a lot of really good information on how to set your channel up to do your videos and your live streams and set your mods and all that sort of thing. The High Desert Pioneer is in the house. Good to have you. She says, you folks are way too nice. Oh, is she fooled?
Those of you with dual monitors, have you noticed Google Hangouts? The video is crystal clear, but on the live stream itself on YouTube, it's all blurry.
I don't know if I've noticed that.
I'm looking at everybody on this live stream on the monitor up there because I'm running 3 of them, and everything's blurry. But in Google Hangouts itself, it's crystal clear.
It sure is.
I don't know if I'd call it blurry.
That's blurry.
I'm watching Brenda's playback. I've got it in 720 quality. It doesn't look blurry to me.
That's clear on my screen.
Is it?
Maybe it's just your monitor.
I'm running 3 of them. It doesn't matter where I switch it to. It's blurry.
Well,
let me go full screen. I'll even go full screen. I'm
maybe
watching
you need new monitors.
I'm directly watching it on my monitor right off Brenda's channel, and I think it looks pretty good.
Maybe that lightning got your monitors.
It took out 2 Ethernet. I don't know. There's still my cable modem. That's why it disappeared earlier. It's rebooting continuously.
Crap, I need some makeup. I can see every blemish on my face.
Yeah, I still see that one hair coming out of your nose. I don't know if it's a mustache or a nose hair.
Oh,
see, that's why he's glad he lives in Wisconsin, because I'd chase him with the tweezers.
Yeah.
Let me get that for you.
I don't know. Ben can see it better than I can, probably.
Oh, Chrissy Tina 2018 came in. Glad to have her in here.
You know, Dave might call them blemishes. That's code for something else that you don't want to know about.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Will y'all be sure and hit that like button for me and let me know that you enjoyed this. And if you would, please come back later and leave a comment on it, and let me know if there's other things that you'd like to hear us discuss, or if you'd like for us just to all shut up, or...
Ben's too talking.
I'm just thinking, I don't know. I'm just thinking this one pretty good.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'd like to thank everybody that came into the live stream tonight. We really enjoyed having y'all in there, and you helped add some questions to us and help us along with the conversation. And I'd like to thank everybody that's on the panel. I'd like to thank my moderators and everybody that helped with this evening to make it a success. And I think we're all done. With everybody on the panel want to say anything to the folks out here?
What's the best sauce for hamster? That's a comment Grizz would make.
Awesome sauce.
Oh my goodness.
Everything's better with awesome
I
sauce.
tried to get Humphrey out here, but he went to sleep. He went to sleep.
I rang Exploring with CF. I rang the bell so I can catch your live stream.
I'm just wondering, maybe someone out in the chat might be able to help me out with this one. I'm looking for a school bus that I can drive around the country and just pick up random YouTubers along the way.
Oh, drink the Kool-Aid. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I'll bring it.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
I can't help you with that, but I can help you get some awesome sauce because you put that stuff on everything.
You're welcome, CF.
No.
Dave, it's okay. We're doing it on Brenda's. And
Right. Oh, yeah, it's Brenda's channel. Hashtag, I am the greatest. I am the greatest. Hashtag, give me a bus. Oh, wait, I'm not buying the bus, but thanks for the money. I'm not buying a bus now. Maybe a minivan. Hashtag I'm the greatest.
Oh my.
Brenda's channel. That's great. Channel strike.
Because you know they're not going to freak with this channel.
Awesome sauce and put it on the barbecue. And
Oh my God.
Oh, you kidding me? Lulu would love it if particular individuals came into your live stream. She'd have a field day.
Oh yeah, there'd be smoke flying.
What y'all don't realize in chat, this is how bad Lulu and BrendaG's are. Okay, I'm not making this up. I kid you not. We will. Let me rephrase this. Lulu will ban somebody in Cab 7's live stream. She will unban them just so BrendaG can go in and ban them. That's how cutthroat these two are.
I don't ban people.
And then
I
they'll
just look for bad words and stuff. I'm not mean.
and if it's not bad enough, they'll say, sorry, you missed it, fireman. Would you like me to unblock them so you can block them too?
Yeah, firemen. Oh, I never get to. No, that's not fair.
I don't. You guys are always too quick on the draw.
Well, you just don't pay attention.
Oh, Dave's gone. We could talk about him now.
Oh, he's back.
hey, yes, check that hamster.
Yeah, I bet you he left his mic on. I mean, his speaker's on. You know he can hear us.
Every 20 minutes, he's got to check on that hamster for the next week. He'll not have any sleep. 3 days, he's going to be totally sleep
Our
deprived.
boy 45 just walked in.
Farm Boy, 45.
Hello, farm boy. Yeah, and I strongly suggest that
he's-
anybody that has not seen this from the beginning, that once this thing processes, that you go back, because we put a lot of really good information out there for doing your live streams and doing your videos and helping you with the etiquette on your shows so that you get longevity.
I think
You might get a lot of views for something in the beginning, but is it going to carry you long term?
And Brenda, I do appreciate the $40 that you gave me for doing the show today.
She only gave me 20. What the hell?
Oh, I got 40 out of her. I'm, begged.
Monopoly.
Begged.
I just want to reiterate on something here. Always support the moderators in the room. Remember, they're people too,
Yeah.
but also support. It's more important to support Walmart door greeters that have a beard and mustache. If you got a beard and mustache and you're a Walmart door greeter, please support these people. They need your help.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
They won't let just anybody be a door greeter,
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, you have to be the greatest.
I made it for like a half an hour.
Oh,
This lady come in with these two kids, and the kids started cutting up, and she started laying into these kids, talking horrible, awful to them. So I went up to her and I said, "What nice children you have. Are they twins?" And she looked at me and she says, "Twins? What do you mean twins? They don't even look anything alike. This one's 10 and that one's 5. What's wrong with you?" And I said, "Well, gosh, I thought they must be twins. I couldn't imagine anybody sleep with you twice."
Oh, gee.
oh,
I thought that's where people brought their kids when they want to discipline them, was to Walmart.
Yeah.
And then there's the other
They won't
parents.
let just anybody be a door greeter up here.
that's
Listen, Dave, we all know that Dave's got a little extra weight to him, but he's named both of his man boobs Awesome and Sauce.
Oh, too much information.
oh my goodness.
I heard that he puts awesome sauce on his cheese sandwich.
Oh my wow. Wow.
You just ruined sauce for me.
Well, if we were in a
I'll never
private
look at
hangout,
mayonnaise in the same way.
Gosh.
if we were in a private hangout, I'd say something, but I'm not going to. About the awesome sauce.
Sorry, can I get this off my chest? To me, that is the dumbest expression I've ever heard. Seriously. That is like
awesome sauce?
yes.
Yeah.
That is like, dude, we're talking like going the way of the dodo birds, the dinosaurs. Dumbest. That is like ridiculous. That's like from that, like 1800s.
Like using the word radical or gag me with a spoon.
This is the year 2018. This is where people are saying, like, dude, that's like so dope, man. Let's get with the times, man.
No, it's when someone comes in a room and says sup.
Yeah, sup. Sup.
Do you realize how awkward I feel? I'm over 50 years old, so we're used to different kinds of words back in our time.
Groovy.
A young kid coming up to you going, "Sup, man?
Sup, man? It's so dope, man. It's really dope, man.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Cool, man. What's up? What's up?
Groovy and Sock It To Me. You know, remember them?
That I can relate to. Sock it to me, yeah.
Do you remember when everybody used to say dynamite? Oh my god!
No, let's do it like Jimmy Walker, and it's Kid Dynamite.
Where's Leroy when I need him?
Hey, that commercial was the best commercial ever. That is epic.
Welcome back.
No, I'm talking about Where's the Beef.
Yeah. Where's the beef?
No commercial will ever top that one.
You know, I used to work at Wendy's when that ad campaign was going on. We'd put a burger on the counter with a little beef about the size of a quarter in it. We put a sign up, "Where's the beef?" Yeah.
Did they have awesome sauce when you worked there?
Oh my goodness.
You notice
dumbest.
The best way to keep a panel quiet real quick is Dave telling a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa. Let's I want Dave to bust a myth. You worked at Wendy's, right?
Yeah.
Is it true that they take the burgers that they haven't used or haven't sold in a long time and they make them into chili and put that into chili?
Yes, and as a matter of fact, it was absolutely true. Nothing wrong with it at all. These were not old leftover burgers. These were just ones that were on the grill for like 10 minutes or something. Boom, right in the chili. They were fresh. They were awesome.
Okay, because I saw a thing on the internet where, of course, the internet don't lie. I mean, think about it.
No, it was 100% true. But they weren't leftover burgers that were sitting around for like days. We're talking like, a big crowd comes in and you're cooking burgers, and then the crowd's done and you got like 5 burgers left. Boom, they go right in the chili bin. So they were fresh. They were fresh. They were fresh.
Well, guys, I think we've been on here almost 3 hours now, so I believe I'm going to shut this down.
Shut it down.
We'll say goodnight to everybody that's out there in the chat. It was great to have you. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about it. Anything else that you'd like for us to talk about.
Good night.
And I think there's only one thing left for me to say.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Brenda's crafty. Be like Brenda. Good night, y'all.
Night, everyone.
Good night.